Hello, everybody, and welcome to SOS 120. I am Shads, joined by Jorian, and it is going to be a real hot first match. We have Up the Ante versus Surf and Turf.
1-1-5. Okay, 1-1-5 playing. That's actually what a perfect time to go into, actually, because the teams Up the Ante and Surf. Okay, aw. We were so close. But Surf and Turf and Up the Ante is the first match, actually, and these two are low level teams. Up the Ante actually coming back into comp recently from last month, and Surf and Turf has been around for like many years, maybe like 3 years, but has been grinding ever since so far. They made recently top 8 in the link.
Yeah, the most recent one, too, the one that happened last weekend where Honda Squidic took the title. Up the Ante, obviously, a little bit higher level than Surf and Turf. I'm pretty sure they've been banned for a couple months, now a couple of years.
Actually,
Yeah, they go.
actually, fair enough. Up the Ante isn't banned.
Is it a different Up the Ante I'm thinking of then?
Maybe this is the same roster, but surprisingly, they aren't banned because they play in another tournament called Core Clash, Low Tide, and they didn't get screen from it. So they're not banned.
I must be
So,
thinking of a different one then.
maybe, or maybe a certain player, because we saw in the roster screen that there was the Scared and Grace, remember correctly. Oh wow, look at that! We wouldn't get one.
Yeah, Splat Zone's Manta Maria. Classic S2 stage, and we see Surf and Turf pulling out the blaster.
You know about the new update, right, chat? About what weapons coming out?
Oh yes, Chrissy is bringing out the Dynamo because they must be very happy that Gold Dynamo will finally be in the game next month. But for now, they are going to be stuck with the one that has the Sprinkler and the Cooler. Now, Cooler is seeing a bit of a resurgence right now. Pairs really nicely with a lot of weapons, including the ever-present Crab that Garrett just popped out. He's getting a nice double off of that, and 3 down for Surf and Turf. It looks like Up the Ante's going to probably get this first cap very soon.
It does take a little bit, but it does look like they do get the cover scrap. And seeing Garrett not on his Squiffer is actually kind of a shocker than them playing Splash. But on the comp, they are playing twice Slosher, Slosher Machine, Viper, and Splash. And on the side of Surf and Turf, they do have the Dynamo, they have a Slosher, they have a Blaster, and they have a Vector Splash Shot. So they are seeming like they're playing for range, but Up the Ante is playing for more aggro.
Yeah, and right now the aggro is really what's doing it for them. You can see that they've already gotten down 64 remaining, one member down on the side of Surf and Turf. They do have the range blaster of their special. They force Toes to use the Booyah, and they do pick somebody off. The Wavebreaker comes down from the range blaster. But here comes that Crab and that Jet, which is a great special combination for doing defense. Gooder manages to get the pick on the Crab, gets a second one, very nice there. So they will get the cap, but a hefty 47-point penalty on Up the Ante.
But Jimby wasn't actually able to go for the sneak on Maxis and actually get punished for it. So on the side of the Ante, it's a 3v4. We saw all of them go back at a good time to take a look over specials, which they are able to do again, but that's 2 down on the side of Surf and Turf, and they are able to recoup special again, but gave it a crap. They're also going to go on left and go for the zone unless Surf and Turf says something for it. Steven and the Blaster, Gujua, does have a main special for it. And the Trash is going out too. It's going to go back to Surf and Turf immediately.
Yeah, but they used all their specials to recap, so they have nothing to really counteract this Booyah Bomb. You can see that Steven is kind of sharking down near there, hoping to get it. His fellow Slosher runs the Booyah, drops, and of course they do manage to do that. Chrissy going over there to pair up with them. Very aggressive for a Dynamo player, but Chrissy does tend to play their Dynamo aggressively, which works out pretty well for them, given the team comp that Surf and Turf is running.
But the Anti-Jimby has been trying to do sneaks twice so far and actually failed, because he needs to have support on another team, which surprisingly he did in the combo, but it kind of was a pseudo combo, more or less. But we see Surf and Turf actually getting the zone cap and getting lead because of that cap, well, because of the small little wipe that they did on the Ante. So now the 70 seconds, they need to actually get combos shredded.
Yeah, here comes the Booyah, and then 3 down on
wow.
the side of Surf and Turf. A very good pincer maneuver there, it looks like, from the side of Up and Ante. Jimby and Garrett coming in to really swipe around that center mass and crush 2 members of Surf and Turf between them. And 67 penalty points, that's one of the highest penalties you can get. It's going to take a lot for Surf and Turf.
Crab's is down too, actually, so that means it's going to be more special heads on side of Surfing Turf. Cooler up. Try it down, so no Jet as well. So it should be safe on the side of Surfing Turf to capture someone. Again, Crab's being back in play. Again, no hammer. Machine coming back. It's going to be a special trade-off.
Yeah, we see there on the left side of the ship, the Slosher's doing a nice trade. Thanks to that booyah. Garrett Crab gets shredded by, it looks like, Chrissy. One down on each side of the field. Zones mostly orange, though, in the favor of Surf and Turf. Jimby getting double teamed as Gudra jumps in to help their teammates. But it's slowly getting blue, just because Surf and Turf has a little bit more trouble painting. They've got a slow painter in the Dynamo, and they have a no painter on the side of the Blaster, but they do manage to get that zone capped again.
It could be it's a dynamic duo, because it's been always 2 down each time. Because this is zones, again, this is all stamina in the middle, and because this is 2 zones, it's super hard for both to cap with the weapons actually. On the side of Surf most definitely, but they have kill potential. Their aim has been on site so far. The Bria has been going towards aiming a little bit farther to go for the ramp actually, so they stopped Surf but still down on mid.
Yeah, Steven manages to get a kill, but then gets taken out by Jimby, who is really close to getting that hammer, which could be absolutely devastating if they manage to pull it out. They gotta do something to get that Dynamo down. No, Agnes is just going to come up and splat that hammer before it can even get pulled out, and here comes the cooler lifted rings. That's going to be really helpful for Surf and Turf. If any of them get splatted right now, of course, they aren't going to lose their special. The super quick respawn time. Really want that with only 10 seconds remaining in the game.
But still, actually, on the time right now, we have 5 seconds. Jimmy actually getting punched for the hammer, and this should be going to the side of Surf and Turf, actually, as the last one being painted.
Yeah, last 2 members of Up the Ante. One of them gets taken down. I think they might have gotten that cap there if they hadn't lost to Tri-Slosher. Just a tiny little bit of a chance for overtime, and of course anything can happen in overtime.
Yep, anything can help in overtime, and it actually went to Surf and Turf. We saw a pair too, but okay. That game 1 though, we didn't say anything about it, but Up the Ante had a double Slosher gameplay.
Yeah, they did, which can be interesting at times. It works really well on some stages, like Humpback Pumpback, which we'll see later. Not 100% sure if it's the best thing on Manta Maria.
Well, you mean Sturgeon Shipyard, because that's going to be game 2. But yeah, this double Slosher has actually been popping up recently ever since, I guess, the last update. Because, like, we saw a lot more Tryouts going to play. From me at least. I saw from Gridlock that for Sonder, they played Slosher Machine and Slosher together, and it paid up really well. For Up the Ante, I think people tried to go off that, and they were doing it pretty well. It's just the picks has always been trading with Surfer because they had range. The Blaster being 100% pick rate, and also the Dynamo being good support painter as well. Honestly, Surfer is going to keep that comp.
Yeah, I think that Surf and Turf's comp would work well here, not necessarily because it's the best weapons for the map, but because the people playing them are very experienced in playing them. I mean, they're both low link teams. It's not like we're going to see top tier gameplay from them, and that's not like a diss to them or anything. But these are also specialists that have been playing these weapons, and pretty much only these weapons, for months, if not years. You're going to see a high level of skill with them.
Yeah, but unfortunately we don't see Squidward gameplay yet.
And there's always a chance.
Please, Garrett, please up the attitude to Squidward gameplay. We miss it.
Someone give Jorian the Squiffer gameplay before they go nuts, please.
No, honestly, like that's why I thought about the Ante, but I saw them actually playing firsthand. They would bring out Squiffer, but because of the certain niche right now, weapons, it might be better to just go full guns blazing. It is all Splatoon 3 is mostly aiming to more a shooter kind of game instead of a more specialist, unless as you said, you have players that played this weapons for a long time. That's the only way we can figure it out, and they can counter it. So yeah, it's all just based on counters.
Yeah, I mean, Garrett plays a mean Squiffer, and that could definitely do very well against the Dynamo. It's much faster, it's got slightly longer range, and unlike Dynamo, does not have a wonky hitbox.
Yeah. And it still doesn't happen. But we see again the double, but we see a try nouveau from Nox this time. And
Yeah,
a
Nox
Nova
coming
actually.
out. Yeah, so we have a Nova on the side of Surf and Turf, and then we
Oh,
have on the side. Oh, well, they didn't need to like stay alive that long, anyways, I guess. But then up the ante, they have, of course, Garrett is running the Nouveau Splat, the Splash Neo now, sorry. So instead of having Crab, they do have those Tri-Strikes, which they just unleashed. Didn't manage to find one, but 3 down on the side of up the ante. Very, very similar to how it looked at the start of last game.
it was a whole chaotic fight in the middle as well. We saw on up the ante, the try has been doing a lot of work, but again, they got punched the last second, so everyone else that stepped the turf actually got killed off by it was revived very quickly. The Dynamo actually been getting off and onto top and got killed too quickly. James actually going on with the Inkjet, one down on the Viper, trying to go aggressive as possible without the team, and it's a fist fight, dog fight actually, down nearby the first checkpoint.
Yeah, Steven's only one alive, manages to get the jump out, but that abandons mid for up the ante, who are quickly going to turn it orange. And of course, they want it to be orange so they can move up and get some kills. They do manage to take out the blaster. That's a good trade there from the machine. Cooler is out, so members of Up the Ante do have drinks as well. They have the Tri-Strikes ready, and the Booyah. They're going to launch those in conjunction. One member down on each side of the field, but here comes that Inkjet, which is in a really good spot. It's going to be hard for anybody to hit that.
That was definitely a really good spot because with the added box, they got actual velocity and aim, and so far it looks like that up the ante actually got the checkpoint. Even though with all the fights that's been going into play, they just were able to sneak it off. As David actually is still alive. He was the one running the tower the whole time too. As the beard coming up from toes, he might get able to get the checkpoint, but the gameplay right now is mostly just touching tower while Jimby is mostly being the distraction, which is actually working out really well for them.
Yeah, here comes the Inkjet again, as well as the Bubbler, so that will definitely help stop this push. And Jimbevo going straight up into the face of that Inkjet's landing point, manages to get the trade. And Toes is the only one left alive over here, it looks like. Kind of stuck between 2 different people.
Oh wow, and look at that, there's 2 down up there again, but again, they still have the lead because everything is more pushed on the side of the base. And also looks like they, oh, okay. It looks like the Blast actually knocked out on the slot machine and the try as well, so all paint is going to go to side Servitor.
Yeah, Servitor got a nice delayed triple there. Really slows down the members of the ante. Now they've got to really do what Up the Ante was doing to them. They got to get into the base. They got to get things moving. They got to get paint down so that way they can move up and get kills. Here comes the Tri-Strikes from Garrett trying to delay that tower. Last one's coming on. Jimmy manages to go down to the combination of the machine and the dynamo, which do really well together because they play off of the chip damage that each one provides. But here comes a member up on the snipe, manages to get one, gets 2. Can they get a third?
They did.
Yes, they do get a third. So it looks like that's as far as that push goes.
Okay, and they actually got
Christy,
4.
because that is a jump.
Okay, Jimmy just did a double drive-by the way. That's kind of funny. But we see the hammer coming again, and that was a 3rd drive-by from Jimmy. But we see so far that again, Orange goes back into action as Up the Ante gets all the pay. Jimmy again going to go for a sneak. If they can, try Slotcher and Slotcher Machine going to go all the way. Jimmy actually goes for sneak this time and maybe satisfies the win. Oh, wait, doesn't.
Yeah, but that sneak attack flank there really delayed the members of Surf and Turf from coming back in. You saw 2 of them pivoted to focus on the Viper that was up in their face, which Jimmy was trying to do last game. Didn't work out too well for them that time, but it's working out really nice here. They're just being very, very annoying. They're playing just like Tetris play. You want to go in, you want to splat people. If you get splatted, oh well, at least you're a distraction.
And also with 45 seconds left on the clock, it does look like the update you need to do is just play defense in mid. But the blaster being gone, the slot machine being gone, no, but the sword actually changed with the Nova, so no Inkjet, no hammer. It's all could be based on the more supportive specials.
Yeah, here comes the Tri-Strikes. Might be a little bit early on that. 1 down on the side of Up the Ante. Make that another 1 down. Chrissy manages to get 2. Another member comes around and gets another 1. Chrissy going down, you never want to see somebody going right up to your face as a dynamo or any slow-moving weapon in general. They have cooler, so it's going to come down to the wire. All Surf and Turf really needs to do right now, they have to get on that tower. Yes, there's only 2 of them up, but as long as they can get overtime to go, there's a chance, but they're not able to quite do it.
And be put in bubble sneak, which just happened. And two members of Up Dandy does make it into the tower, and they do sacrifice the win there, making it into 1-1 in a matter of 10 minutes.
Honestly, I think probably the MVP there on Uppy Ante side was Jimby, just from how aggressively he was throwing himself at the other members of Surf and Turf and just being super annoying and super distracting with all their flanks.
Basically,
They really found their groove.
it finally worked out that he can actually go in and just sacrifice 100% of the time with a quick respawn, and it actually worked out as they were all focused on him instead of the tower. So, like in that sense, that's why they actually got the point in, and why it became stalemate actually was actually surprising, because on the blocks and everything, because you saw snipe, there is a grate, and they're all walls that was blocking the dynamo, and they're all choking on the choke point for tower. They all kept getting trade-offs.
Yeah, this is a really hard map to position a dynamo on once you get past that first checkpoint. I've seen some people, they'll go up onto the snipe on the spinner actually and put the dynamo up there and have one of the slayers ride the tower instead, which is a little bit non-conventional. It would be interesting to see if Surf and Turf maybe did something like that, how that would work out, because Chrissy would be a little bit more protected and wouldn't have to worry about the walls as much. And honestly, riding past that choke on the tower, it's just such a choke point. It's always a bloodbath unless you've got a wipe. So maybe having a little extra killing power down by the time might be a bit useful.
Yeah, but now look at this, humpback on Waymaker. Do we think we see a double slosher from the side of
Oh, we're seeing double slosher.
Yeah, obviously it's gonna happen. On the side of Surface, they're going to same old actually. Nope, wait, there's a zap now. There's a
And
blob?
we don't see a double slosher, so Steven and Chrissy staying the same. Gudra swapping off the blaster to an end zap, so they're running double cooler, and then Mangus is going to run on to the vanilla shot. Meanwhile, on the side of Up the Ante, we see Sploosh, so we have a Sploosh cheese. And we do that. You are right. There is a double slosher. There is a blobber instead of a machine on the side of Up the Ante.
Okay, I know Toad's blob. It's super annoying. I remember playing against it as well in Crash a little bit, and he actually stopped us getting the win on Mainmaker in his Zap map mode, so it makes sense why he does pick it. So, really, in this sense, they're mostly going to try to go full range. Mostly we're going to see on the side of the block to stay alive the most back in range, but we see Trimby getting a double there, actually. Or a single.
Here comes the hammer. In it goes. Manages to find a couple, but 3 down on the side of Up the Ante. So I think that push is pretty good.
Yeah, that push is pretty dead. We see Surface in mid actually taking all control of the hill, but we're going to see we see Gudra on the zap actually going straight in, trying to go for kill. He actually gets a double before they left. Toes on the blob is trying to go in with the help of the zap as well. The zap gets killed off. It's all going to be a pain battle on Waymaker as you see what's even potentially could be get picked, but still 1 down on the side of the Ante again. The battle is really for the Waymaker.
They get the blob though, they get the blob. That's really important. That blob is really what's stopping them from getting that Rainmaker pop. There is a jump in. Chrissy is really well positioned right now, and now they're going to grab the Rainmaker. They will get the lead here, but it's a very small one. They're going to go to the corner to try and dodge those blobs from the bull bobber. Not quite able to do so, so it's going to be 55 to 42. Very, very small lead. Those are typically not... Oh, that is a beautiful Zuka shot right there.
Yeah, oh wait, unfortunately that Gavit actually picked up the Waymaker, so Gavit's just gonna run it. He's gonna run it, going solo straight into the base without anyone knowing. But almost at one time, Chrissy actually was there to stop it. But still, getting it into the corner is going to be a whole risky spot if they make it to that corner again. Even though it's a safe spot, it might be better to go on the hill, but Gavit actually goes for the hill and goes straight in to make it to 28.
Yeah, that is more of a typical game-winning push that you see on Humpback. Not insurmountable. Here comes Jimby going with the sploosh, manages
Wait,
to get
that's
to
double.
22. Very, very good there. Magnus managing to get a nice mid-air shot on that Zuka, going after double blobber. 3 down on the side of up the ante, so Surf and Turf is actually in a really decent position to make a move here, but Jimmy's coming around that corner with the sploosh. They're gonna throw themselves in it. Molly missed their shots, and they go down. Almost got the hero play.
Sploosh game unfortunate, Sploosh game unfortunate for real, but still the actual delay that they have so far because of the push actually maybe messing up some of the momentum. Has them stayed back for a pretty long time, having the blob and having to try actually be able to just shred and keep actually crucial from going into the base at all. Because of that.
And Jimby working around, going for the Rainmaker. Here they go. Manages to get it this time. And then here comes the hammer. They're going after the Dynamo. Manages to get them. That's kind of a smart pick for them. And now they're in a good position to try and go back after somebody else with the support of that Inkjet. Not able to find somebody before they go down, though. So Surf and Turf has to come back in, and they are running out of time. 1 minute, 30 seconds roughly does remain on the map. So we'll see what they can do.
The crazy thing is with the blobbing and fall right nearby the Rainmaker pad, so there was a lot of space in mid that up there and 17 had. They were scared to push up against each other while actually Steaming and Toads were battling each other on the way. But still, with no one on the Rainmaker mid, Surfstep right now is just waiting for a pick to go up ahead. Okay, guess not. They're just going to go straight in with all guns blazing. And the Inkling Jet in play. They need to get a pick on someone like Toads or even on Inkjet.
Here comes the flank. They gotta be looking. Oh, Magnus, very, very dead there.
Oh.
Nice flank there from Juice. Manages to get the wipe out. A couple of assistance from, looks like it was, I think, not the sploosh.
That was from Garrett or Jimby, of course. But Toad's actually getting killed off underneath. Garrett actually made a 1 to 18, 16? What? How?
Yeah, but they just managed to sneak right in there, jumped off it. Garrett going for it.
What? Okay.
Oh, the 1.B! The 1.B! Jimmy's right
What?
there. Gets triple. Oh,
oh, wow.
Mangus.
Toad's
They're not going to
use...
let Mangus get that Rainmaker. It is in such a bad position.
Oh my god, the double! Wow.
Hero, Zuka coming out. Manages to let their teammates pick up that Rainmaker, but it's a tall order. They gotta get the knockout now, and this is Humpback home track, and you are staring down with a blobber and a sploosh that runs straight at you in the face. That's occasionally takes a Rainmaker shot to the face.
Yeah, he's surprised he actually tanked the Rainmaker shot and stayed on. Dynamo's going down, just normal cool, just like only 28 seconds left to clock. For the side of Rainmaker, the Zuka coming out, they get a kill on the sploosh, they get a trade off on the Inkzuka as well. It's still all saving in mid. They need to get another pick before it goes up, but Nox with the Inkjet mostly going to kill it off. He's went for 2. Who's the third pick? Rainmaker?
Rainmaker is still alive, but running out of time.
Finally.
Jimby going for it.
Jimby?
Even if Jimby had not managed to get that spot there, I don't know how Surf and Turf would have managed to get it all the way to the pedestal in time.
It was either that it was going to be a Jimby kill or a self-sacrifice. But either way, that end push that the side of up the ante had was a full-on zoom. Like the swim speed they had, maybe they had cooler or something like that. They went like twice the swim velocity as a regular swim speed player would have. So that was a huge play for them.
It's like when you have a cat and it's at midnight and they get to zoomy, so you hear them screeching around the house.
That might be exactly what it is, but still, GG's on up the ante. You came out of nowhere once again from hiatus, or like that basically. You just came off and you just popped up once again. Now, like, you're missing a low level, like playing low link or something.
Not next month though, because there's no low link next month.
Oh yeah, play Super Jump.
Yes, play Super Jump. Everybody play Super Jump. Everybody sign up for Super Jump. You know you want to.
Yeah, let's say like 256 teams. That would be like, pretty fire. But that's Pros 1-1 though. Everyone else looking. What's up,
Looking
Jets?
at the bracket, let's take a look at some other notable results. Group B, InControl Red Sun, 3-0 FreeFlow, Honda Squidic, winners of Low Link last weekend, 3-0 Sugar Rush. It'll be interesting to see how Honda Squidic does, especially against InControl Red Sun when those two teams eventually fight, just because Honda Squidic is, of course, our newest Low Link champion. Red Sun, very strong team. Group C, Velocity plus Tryouts, 3-0 Scooms and Friends. Other match that's not finished. Let's see. EP Dreepy, 1-2 1989. Silly Kitties, 3-0 Arctic Blitz. That'll be an interesting matchup when those two teams fight because they're very close in skill level.
Group F is definitely scary to be close enough to be definitely maybe a three-way tie in 2-1 for EBGP, definitely, of course. As he actually win 2-1, but Silly Kitties versus EBGP, that's gonna be a interesting match 100%.
Uh,
Group G.
Group G, Ominous, 3-0 Heaven's Reflection, Abstract and Symphony, no score reported. Friendly reminder from your favorite commentators, please report the scores as you go. It makes the TO's jobs much easier.
Oh yeah, 100%. H, Crabwave versus Torrance, she's giving a leg, but we will not make makeup bracket. Looks like you might get a makeup bracket soon enough. You just need like one win and two more losses. One win or two more losses. Then you might be in makeup bracket.
Nothing wrong with Mako Bracket. I like Mako Shark.
Yeah. But okay, wow. Look at the nice match.
Group I is Fate Esports versus Trip Hazard. Trip Hazard down to Forgotten versus Big Bagels. 3-0 Forgotten's favor. I don't recognize either of those teams. They might be pickups.
Maybe. Most likely.
Currently in the chat, Popgun's heading out in SOS. Please support Popgun.
Down. But look at that. We have a match coming up that's actually going to be the girls versus Pony Ztrikes, which right now the girls are 1-1 against Blue Raz on Group L.
Has that been confirmed as our next match?
Yes, that has been covered on Let's Smash. Look at that screen.
Oh, heck yeah, that is gonna be fun.
And actually,
Killers, of course, really strong team. And Pony Ztrikes, I personally don't have experience with them, but I've been assured by my fantastic code commentator that they are a strong team. Both
yes.
teams 3-0'd, it looks like.
Actually, no.
No,
Nope.
Grillers 2-1 versus Blue Raz. Pony Ztrikes 3-0'd in the trenches.
Yeah, so this match will be interesting, but it looks like as the room's actually going to be set up, we can go for a little break.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, so we'll be back in maybe under circa 3 minutes. Welcome back, gamers. We are back with SOS 120 with the girls and Pony Ztrikes. Let's look at the map pool after we look at some rosters. Debbie, Nito, 95348, and Yeet versus Trixie, Zaka, Dazut, Muffin, and Mitch 45.
I don't think I can commentate this one. The first player on the grillers is so scary. They're always screaming.
Well, hopefully they're not playing. Well, look at that. Nito, fellow commentators playing for the grillers.
And Debbie. And
Yeah.
Heat.
Yeah.
Debbie, the crazy Hydra master who managed to make V Hydra work on one specific map and mode in SOS like 3 weeks in a row on stream.
And 95348, if I remember correctly, is an OG player from a long time ago when we were actually playing. They were playing on... Damn it, what was the team name?
I don't
It was something like a Star reference. But anyways, Pony Ztrikes. Trixie, Saka, it's most likely, it's kinda a pickup, but not really a pickup. We saw these people for a long time, but I think they maybe won a long time ago.
Possibly. I will be the first to admit that I don't really remember any of the people on Pony Ztrikes. I'm sorry if I'm supposed to remember you guys, like if we're old scrim partners.
Shout out to Muffy. But anyways, let's look at the maps. Clubbish, Mountain, Dias, Bastos, Hangerfish, Tower, on Undertow Spillway. The game's gonna come out soon. Well, the game's coming up soon, so Shaz, why not you speed one explanation all these 3 maps in one word?
Okay, so the first one, fun. The second one, fun. The third one, why?
Good explanation.
This 3-word summary has been brought to you by your local Eat Leader main.
Okay. Well, from a supported main, Clown Bits is Staley, Blasto Tag Bits is Staley, Tau Control, why? Honestly, the same thing is the reason why. But first, let's try to talk about Tau Control, Clown Blitz off barcode time before we need to get booted into the game. So
This
what
is
makes this
such
interesting?
a fun map. So it is fun because it's very wide open, and people both love and hate that. They love it because it's really hard to see people, for people to flank you. On the other hand, when you're the one trying to do the flanking, it's really annoying when people can see you. There's a couple of uninkable areas right by the basket. You want to hold on to them. Weapons like rollers can do a decent job holding that. Swords, splatanas, stampers, those can do a really good job holding that. Even the humble Dynamo. We have another Dynamo enjoyer.
Yeah, and wait a second. Dynamo, Hydra, Zap 85, 89, and a regular splash shot with a slash machine ballpoint splash and wiper. It looks like the regular niche meta versus a unorthodox range weapon combo.
Yeah, so we have the solo queue comp versus the traditional meta comp. But the solo queue comp can work. Unfortunately, Debbie goes down very quickly. 2 down really quickly. 3 down really quickly. And there's a 4th down. Can we get 5? Can we get 6? I don't know.
Who knows? We're
Get
playing
the
football.
respawns.
Who knows? We're playing football and we got the clamming. But this is the difference about this two teams. The meta is speed versus the girls. They need to have a lot of space. They need to have a lot of coverage to even make it work. And it looks like for right now, Trixie and the Viper, it's not going to let that happen as he's already in the zone. And they actually get a kill from Nito, so no chumps for there. There's Ante coming off immediately from Zaka. Mesh is just going to ledge from while the clans is coming back in with Muffy right behind them trying to go for a grab. 3 down again on the side of the grillers. It's all literally just based on the Trike's speed.
Yeah, this game wants to be played fast, and unfortunately, you've got 2 very heavy weapons versus very fast weapons. Griller's comp can work on this map, especially if they get set up, but they are just not getting the opportunity to get set up. Mitch is going to come in with the last 2 clams for a quick 100-0 knockout.
Welcome to Splatoon 3. It's the speed of it, and it's the whip. So Pony Ztrikes 3-0. No, actually 100 now, not 3-0 yet. There is potential for the girls to make it 2-1 with the next 2 matchup in play. Actually, with the Dynamo and Hydra comp, it could work out really even better for them.
Yeah, like that comp, it does look very odd in practice. You gotta remember about Debbie is a Hydra specialist, very good at playing that weapon, has been playing it for a while. Next map mode, Splatoon Hagglefish, perfect perching spots for both the Hydra and the Dynamo. And you've also got to remember, Clambless tends to snowball very quickly, especially on Barnacle and Dine. You can really get up into the enemy spawn quickly, and as long as you position right, 100 O's like that, not uncommon. Hagglefish is a lot bigger of a map. It's a lot more spread out. It's got a little bit more of a playstyle that lets you slow things down.
Well, by bigger, actually, Barcode Time is actually bigger than Hagglefish Market in terms of uh, le- there's verticality and horizontal. By verticality, Barcode Time is bigger, but horizontally, Hagglefish Market is actually the more longer one because this is mostly the new Final Destination map, other than Search and Shipyard. So
And
this
I
is
do
going
think
to be all
that will
stalemate.
definitely help with the Hydra, with the Dynamo. One of the things Barnacle and Dime, you can get straight up into spawn really quickly. You can't do that as easily in Hagglefish. Yeah, if you get a wipe in mid, you can get up to the enemy spawn. But you gotta go through the court, and then you have to go up the ramp, and then you have to go and wait there. There's still areas for the members of the Grillers to launch down on from their spawn pads to get around you. Barnacle and
Yep.
Dime doesn't really have as much of that.
Yeah, just basically the one thing to know, don't get caught in tent, and then you might be safe. Because the main point that all the backlines is going to go for, the ballpoint and the Hydra Debbie will be going for, is that tent. The Dynamo, again, that's going to be the weird pick for the side of the Grillers because they have more wind-up weapons, but for Pony Ztrikes that we saw last time has more speed. All the shooting DPS that's going to go into the favor is huge, but for Grillers, they need to have some space, some wind-up time at least, as I said before, but will they change? Maybe. Hopefully we see Nido carry with
They're
us.
gonna have the space here.
Yeah, hopefully Nido can actually carry it off with all of those. Nope, he's playing Tryouts now and they have a blob now.
Which does not surprise me. Blob is very good here. Debbie gonna swap over to the ballpoint. You see Yeet on those Gluga Dualies. Yeet's very, very good with those Gluga Dualies. Very scary. And then Nido is going to go with the T-Tech. Meanwhile, side of Pony Ztrikes, they have a 96. Not the Deco, it's the Vanilla. I think that has ink back.
That has back, yes. That has back, and it has Sprinkler, if I remember correctly. And they have the ballpoint, and they have the splash, and they have the machine. It's kind of surprising we see back on the play, but with the recent update, as it can KO zone immediately, that does make sense. Debbie actually staying alive on the back bomb. Inkjet coming into play. It looks like the girls are being backed up once again. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but they have a little bit of a faster comp this time, and the members of Pony Ztrikes are hanging back. They're letting the Grillers kind of have that court area underneath the tent. Yeah, Mitch is right there, but they know that they're there. Yeet has forced to drop, gets directed by the machine, but then Mitch gets instantly taken out by Debbie on that ballpoint. And here comes more yellow ink. They're going to flip the zone in favor of the Grillers.
With the growth being in favor and the ancient coming into play, they can go up 100%. We see the tenant actually being in play, T-Tech getting killed off, Nido is down. All the pain is going from the right side actually of the zone, and that would be maybe a double note. That's gonna be no one from both sides being killed off, but the ancient still own going to play with the zombie cap. It's gonna be a little bit more time for the girls to recover.
Yeah, members of the Pony Ztrikes though not moving up as much as they could. Beautiful pick there. Here, it's going to be a double. Here comes Strikes. Manages to force some members of Pony Ztrikes to drop off to the right-hand side, but the Grillers not able to get the cap off of that. They really got to be bumping up on the aggression here. Eat is doing their best, but not able to find anybody, and they really got to start finding somebody. Okay, they get the machine, that's good. Coming in for the flank. Here comes Debbie on that jet. Here comes the back from Trixie. Looks like they're going to try and suck up that Booyah Bomb. He's going to toss it somewhere else. Manages to get the person camping their jump.
RP the 100% zone cap at the back, and that goes to 50, but still that zone cap zone for the Grillers once again, and the time is slowly kicking down. They still have the lead in pink of it, but with Trixie's back coming into play, they might not be able to with all the sucking power going into the fetch, as well as that actually allows them to push up. It still has an issue for the Grillers to having some pink coverage to come back in with 2 down, but still a crab alive on the side of Pony Ztrikes once again.
Yeah, the crab going to chase Debbie all the way back to the spawn area, but here comes Yeet, not able to find anyone, tried to go for a hero play, didn't get it. Muffy is underneath that tent, so Debbie can't get them. They do have specials ready. Here comes the storm. Debbie's probably going to use that inkjet relatively soon, I would assume. Here it comes. They got to get that one right on the right bow to keep that inkjet safe. Looks like they sent one person after it, not able to find it. And here comes the vac, really doing a good job countering the special uses of the grillers with that vac. Pretty much every time we've seen the grillers use a special, the vac pops out.
It's a great counter actually for the side of Pony Ztrikes for what they're doing, but 15 seconds left as well. It does look like they have it in the bag, but no space on the side of the girls for being able to cap it. Tryouts miss-aiming it a little bit, but the rain incoming to play though hits a little bit more. The Booyah triple leg down, but still not able to push it up because we see all of Pony Ztrikes DPS shooting is going to range, but it actually doesn't work out for them.
We do see a classic inkjet fight, neither side managing to get a pick. Debbie just barely managing to escape that back explosion, but the zone is going to be purple again. One down on each side of the field. Yeet manages to land from that jump, not able to find anyone. Probably getting double teamed over on the left by 2.
But we see the 10 actually being filled up on the side of the girls with nowhere to really to go for now. With the rain coming out, they have some kind of push. Booyah having ready to play. Inject coming out. Let's see the zone get popped again, but only 4 seconds left on the time for the side of the Pony Ztrikes, and they are able to recap it just in the nick of time. But they need to push up on Pony Ztrikes and get their own map control. Maybe get some kills too.
Yeah, that's the main thing that's really killing the grillers here. They're playing too slow. They've got a faster comp. They need to take advantage of it. They're giving the other team too much time to regroup and get specials and come in.
Really, they're not playing too slow. They're playing so staggered after waiting for specials, and honestly, they're getting out specialed every time with how much special pop out the strikes have been even going for. They've been like pinning away more than the grillers in the end, but still, with 13 seconds left, it might be with Yeet's last stand, they might not be able to get the zone, and they don't.
Yeah, Yeet's last stand, not able to get one with 2 people down on the side of the grillers. Pony Ztrikes is going to take the knockout at the nick of time.
The music just straight up cut it off, and Pony Ztrikes just won it immediately after that. They knew it was serious. The game even knew it was that serious too. But yeah, Strikes 2-0. They won the set, but because there's a third game in playoff 3, this is for the tiebreaker. So if the girls does win this, they could have a tiebreaker advantage against the third or fourth team that is playing with them.
Yeah, it's all important tiebreaker. We've seen tiebreakers in other SOS tournaments. Not SOS tournaments, in other IPL tournaments. I don't know if we've actually ever seen like a necessary tiebreaker in SOS.
Not yet. For us, for the last 2 weeks, not really yet, because so far, the last tiebreaker that happened last week had 2 3-way ties, and they went by original seeding actually. So there was no really necessary tie because you get to go fully in action. But the points all the way with Pony Ztrikes being 2-0, and with the Grillers having one last point to actually live on, they might need this really badly against whoever they play with.
Yeah, you can never discount the importance of Game 3, and they get to go to Tower Control Undertow Spillway to try and make it happen.
Hydra, come back, please. Debbie Hydra. It's perfect. It's the time. Right?
Do we get a Hydra?
Do we get the Hydra?
Somebody in the chat is asking for E-Leader.
E-Leader?
E-Leader.
Shads? What is your call on this being the E-Leader main?
But my call would be, play a different weapon on this map mode, but...
Do you think
I'm never going to not want to see E-Leader on stream. I'm biased.
Well,
it's like asking me not to breathe.
Okay, that goes a little bit too far, but still, we saw from last con for Splatoon on Hackers that the girls did have a blob in play. Pony Ztrikes is mostly going to go the same thing no matter what. Do you think we see anything different on the side of the Grillers at least?
Debbie might go back to Hydra. I don't know if we'll see the Dynamo again. Dynamo could be interesting on this map. I think that I think that definitely the gold one, which will have the jumps, is going to be a decent pick on this map. We're not going to see it. Debbie is going to go back to Hydra. We see
Oh my god.
Zaska's on the E leader, so that makes me happy. Even though I don't necessarily think it's the best choice for this map, it does make me happy to see. But we have a slow weapon versus a slow weapon, and that might actually be what the Grillers need, aside from G-Tech not rushing in and dying to the leader.
Zaka just said.
Now Pony Ztrikes isn't going to be able to play as fast as they were the other two games. That's just the nature of having an E leader.
Well, really, they are allowed to play as fast as they can, being to having the double sergeant play and also Zappin play. But Zaka just saying, "Trust me, bro," on the E leader and actually getting 2 steps in the beginning, and they're allowed to punch ahead. We see Mitch already in the base, basically nearby the field, actually get crushed down by Debbie, but they get sniped from Zaka.
Yeah, Hydra versus E leader. You don't want to bet on the Hydra in that situation. I'm sorry, Debbie. You really don't.
And look at that.
One member going down on the side of Pony Ztrikes. But here it's quickly going to 27. The last checkpoint for Pony Ztrikes. Here comes the Booyah. That's going to delay the members of them. But the 3 down, and it looks like Trixie is the last one. So that is going to be a very, very respectable push to 24.
Debbie actually, I think, was the last one to actually kill off the Tri-Social as well, killing Muffin. That would have made the point deficit even worse if she didn't kill him off. So for that, but 24 off to 0 with the Booyah coming in a little bit too early. With no one running tower, Muffin's going to go punch that if they can. Nito's going to go support the side of Debbie, but mostly going to need to play back a little bit. They're mostly going to go grind out for specials.
Yeah, neither team has specials online. The Tri-Strike just came out, and it looks like the Wave Break came out as well. Don't know how close the other ones are. Mitch is going to go for the tower, manages to get the pick on one, going for another one, has to back off. Eyes to the whale from the Gal, the other new weapon on the side of Grillers.
Yeah, but with Pony Ztrikes again being, well, yeah, Pony Ztrikes is still having so much leverage, so much pain potential. Again, but it's hard to go to all just tag it up together. They need to find someone to press in. They need to have someone late to sneak up to kill off the leader. But Muffin on the side of Pony Ztrikes is the one to do it on the side of their own team. So that's why they're having so much potential to push up even.
Yeah, Debbie on tower right now, run down on the side of Growers, but they do break that first checkpoint, which is what your goal is for your first major push. You want to aim for breaking the first checkpoint and then focus on the second one. Trixie coming in, Debbie getting pincered. Looks like a little revenge kill there from Parappa on the Blobber. Manages to get two down on each side of the field. Parappa is going to have to jump out though, so that effectively ends that push down to 58. Not bad.
Not bad. 2 minutes left.
Definitely it puts them in a good position for further on. Remember, they don't have to actually break the third checkpoint, they just have to really touch it.
Yeah, that's really all they all need to do, but we see for right now, the Hydra haven't really played, just going down, we still see Machine, okay, the Hydra going down, the Ela going down, the 52 going down, what a trade-off happened in mid?
Yeah, it looks like Mitch got up and then Nito came after Mitch, so it's just Trixie versus Nito on the field as their members of the other team are going to be spawning in. We see the jumps coming out. Here comes the cooler. Definitely going to help the members of Pony Strike, but here comes the Blob getting a nice nailing shot. And it looks like it's just the E-leader in mid right now. They do have the jump from Trixie, who's going to support them. They're going to go after Yeet. Manages to get trade.
There's still way just damage that's going to go to side one, but Azaka still being the only one live staying on the top ledge actually, or even in the bottom, having no battle against anyone, not even Papa Rappa going to play. They still mostly having it back for another minute. They just need to hold it off. They don't need to go aggro at all if they don't want to.
Yeah, they really don't. And honestly, it's probably not the best idea in the world. Zaska is just going to jump down anyways because why not?
Why not?
Would have been a sick shot if they had hit that bow.
Oh yeah, that would have been a clip on Twitter.
That's the only thing worse than losing a tournament set, the Twitter clip.
Well, we see Papa Rappa actually sneaking off and cutting off Muffin, so the tower actually can be ridden even more with 2 down on the side of either side, actually not anymore. But we see a respawn coming back from the Gorilla, the Booyah coming out, trying to kill off Trixie or even Zaka, but that's not even going to play. Yeet's still being the only one alive with Debbie.
Oh, they really needed to save that Booyah to displace the E-Leader. They really did. Debbie's gonna go on the tower, but falls to the machine. Here comes E fighting two. Doesn't just get one, doesn't get the other. Nito's gotta get on tower. I don't think Nito's going to get on tower.
It's not anymore,
No.
Sakas. Just aim them goodbye and good night.
So a 3-0 for Pony Strikes over the Grillers.
3-0, but lasted all 5 minutes.
And honestly, a
So,
really good set.
yeah, really good set because we saw a defensive kind of team versus an aggressive kind of team. We saw them clash out for basically 4.5 minutes, or merely 3.5 minutes, as they were all fighting for mid. So for both sides, it's good thing to know on. For the Growers, mostly they have a new comp or like a whole new roster, so they're just playing it out. They're trying to learn from it, you know.
But I'm not even sure if Yeet is actually officially on the Grillers roster normally, because that's the Stargaze tag that Yeet has.
Hmm.
So
Oh
last I
wait,
checked, Stargaze hasn't disbanded. So
they just been on a little break, right?
yeah, I believe so. They probably will come back for the Tease or Ludi season that has been unofficially confirmed by a Twitter post on Ludi's Twitter page.
Yeah. Well, with Pools Round 2 being over, Round 3 is coming up next. So maybe it might be a little bit of a good time to go on break again.
Yep, we will be back very shortly for FreeFlow versus Honda Squidic.
And I'll say more of my piece later because it's gonna be a surprise.
We
So
are back with round 3 of Swim Wars Things 102. It is FreeFlow versus Honda Squidic, and this is gonna be a good one.
I'm just saying this straight up. I'm being biased because FreeFlow is my team. Hi, I'm Joanne, the manager, aka previous captain of FreeFlow, aka Outcast Ninjas. And so that's why I'm biased, and I'm saying this right now, FreeFlow, you better do good plays because you scrimmed them a lot, 100 a lot, and literally this would have been a grand final set for Low Ink if he didn't get C2. C2'd on, but yeah, let's look at this. Honest Critic has Derpy on the team as well. Okay, wait, what is this?
Yeah,
This
looks
is
like
actually a
member
whole
of
interesting.
C-Drive.
Oh no, this is
Member of
interesting.
C-Drive from Honda Squidic.
Oh no, this is going to be interesting 100%. We saw all these players playing along actually, basically.
Last weekend.
Yeah, last weekend. Only difference is Okimi is not going to be here because on the side of FreeFlow. Sekeros was not going to be here, but Sekeros is now here. Plus scheduling. Well, Okimi actually is being okay. But look at that. Hans Critic has 5 people, mostly someone else is going to sub for them. Derpy is coming in because of that. Are they streaming on YouTube right now? Mostly not. But RIP that would be cool. But yeah, let's see the map pool if we can. Please. Thank you.
We have Rainmaker Scorch Gorge, Climblitz Museum de Alfonsino, and Splatzone's Mako Marts.
Okay, so how will this play out for Mimi and Scorch Gorge? For Hans Squidic, with Derpy coming into play, they have a Zap maybe. They have a E leader from Jason if they are playing. They have 2 shooters otherwise on the side of Hans Squidic for FreeFlow. Jade is going to be on Umbrella. We're going to see Kate on a Zuka. We're going to see Shins playing a Tetra or maybe playing something else like a Zap. And we're going to be seeing who else? Blue. Blue or Sakuras is going to be playing Zap. Well, no, not Zap. Splash and Sword. Watch out for Blue's Sword. He's kind of sick. What about for Honest Critic? What do you think from what I said? How are they going to play it out?
I'll be honest, I don't know because actually this past weekend I was sick, so I watched the Lowing when I was like half awake.
Damn. So I guess I'm going. Okay, so damn. I guess I'm going to go with all the information there. So, with this on controversy, we see the gambling prediction going to play, and this is going to be the first time we see gambling prediction that's going to be talked out. 83% going to go to Honest Critic, but who put in 91k?
That would be Pop Gun.
Pop Gun. Oh my god, Pop Gun.
Pop Gun's a Honda man.
Oh no, Pop Gun. Oh no.
Don't panic too much. I still need you to commentate half of the set.
Yeah, this is the one thing. IPA do not support gambling. PS gambling at your own risk.
It's
That's
not gambling, it's channel point.
sort of gambling. Okay, so different roster we see here. FreeFlow is on Team Purple with let's see, Viper, Nollis, Hitek, and Zap on scene. Okay, so on side of Honest Critic, we see Viper, Splash, Tryouts, and Ballboard.
Yeah, Seacon on the ballpoint had some really good plays during the grand final. I remember that
What?
3 quickly going down for FreeFlow. Last member backing way up. Looks like Cash is going to try and chase after them. They do manage to get the first checkpoint. Looks like Jason is going to try and get hits more pain so they can get his Explorer out. Here comes the Inkjet, manages to get 1, manages to get 2. Can Seacon get us there? No, teammate steals that kill, and they've been ignoring the Rainmaker. Oh, here comes the landing, and here comes the hammer going after that crab. Breaks the crab, doesn't kill the person in the crab, all the way down to 35 points remaining. 2 down on each side of the team, but here comes another member. Oh, they really need to get that trade, and that is one very, very dead jump.
Jesus Christ, what a dynamic and demanding stuff for Honest Critic. They went 3 down. They had triples. They had triples 3 times in a row. And was anyone to get a wipeout in that sense. We see people finally getting Rainbow actually getting 1 count of Viper. Nas can play has the rain buff right there. Viper is going down to each side, so that's going to be basically equalized. But we need to see someone on FreeFlow, most of these Kates, get on the basket, but they don't have the chance to get on the pedestal. At least 2 down on the side of FreeFlow. But eventually going to Hardest Critic with Jet and Crab going in play. They are going for speed on that for Hardest Critic.
Yeah, but it looks like one member of FreeFlow was behind him still and managed to get the Rainmaker before I could get too far. Really good Shark in there from the Nautilus. Here comes the cooler coming out from I want to call them Xeno, but I know it's XN, and I don't know how to
No.
pronounce that. Oh,
Cotton cakes. Cotton cakes.
Cakes. Okay. One member behind the bomb manages to get the Rainmaker, and then looks like here comes the Triple Strikes, trying to get somebody, doesn't manage to, and the Nautilus is down. They do corner cash to get 2 down. Here comes Reapy on that splash. Looks like they're gonna back up Bo, kind of smart. Oh, and Jay is spotted, it looks like.
JJ is waiting for a stink against second, or I think they have Jason in there. But mostly for right now, they're going to go for bomb, they're going to try to go all the way in. But again, Jason's waiting on the corner. They get killed. The Tryouts is down. Second not almost getting down. The third, the Viper on the side of... Okay, Cash actually going down. This is the time for people to actually push out. Wait, 2 down inside upon Squidic. They can actually get the pedestal, and they finally do. The sneak from Jason there is going to go huge, with them actually getting 3 down.
Yeah, but the shield does just enough damage and restricts the mobility of the Tri-Slosher to take them down. Here comes the cooler, and this is going to be very dangerous, but here comes the hammer, not able to find anybody with that E. They're gonna rush it up. They do manage to get the lead. 1 down on each side, make that 2 down on each side of the field, but they're going to get the quick pop right now. They're going to go for it. Securious getting it down to 21 and a full wipe on Honda Squidic. FreeFlow is looking pretty good. Blue manages to sneak it all the way up to 7, but it's still very purple from the crowd. Oh, and the 1-point meme again. We love the 1-point meme here at IPL.
That's my boys playing in action. They were waiting for a long time to actually go all the way in. They were trying to maneuver and actually trying to adapt to what Honda Squidic was actually trying to do. Because you saw in the beginning, they were actually pretty slow. They were going on a stalemate, but they needed to adapt with the new speed that Honda Squidic has, with Derby actually going to playing on the splash. But again, with 3 down on the side of people, Honda Squidic is going to try to push up and go for revenge. All they need to do is wait to kill off the Viper, play off the call the tries, call the nods, and they can go full free action. Again, but we see for right now that it was Cash having the advantage, the crowd going up and playing Derby, but still playing a little bit of a stalemate. They're waiting it out.
Well, they know that Viper is coming up behind them. The Rainmaker going down to a combination. Oh, but 3 down. Oh. Can they get the third? Can they get the third? They do. This is going to be a really good push from them.
But they don't have any paint.
They don't have paint, that is true, but FreeFlow doesn't really have any specials. They just use them, and they're 2 down.
Yeah, but that's a
Rainmaker's gonna hold right here. They do manage to get 1 to jump in. Not able to get the kill, though, and they really needed to get that kill there.
Yeah, but blue protection going all the way, and they actually can steal off the Rainmaker. Stay off the Rainmaker, please, JJ, do that. But still, Honda Squid is still going off on the mid. They have paint in mid. If they stay the Rainmaker there, that's all that matters. Honda Squid, they need to go in. They need to go in with the crab or anything. They have 5 seconds left, but mostly they're going to try to go a soft sacrifice with the hammer actually going pop the Rainmaker again, double.
They do. They gotta watch the back, though. They gotta watch the back.
They did it.
No, they did, but they just couldn't get the pick on the Viper in time because the other Viper was right there swinging that sword.
Yeah, now we're talking about the Viper. JJ did it, and they actually make it. So, yeah. Immediately, FreeFlow gets the first point. I'm proud of you guys. Good, congrats. But now you need to win game 2. And that's going to be Clam's Museum, a choke-heavy game. With Clam's Museum, the main thing that you need to know is the spinner. People are going to be on the spinner if you have a splatting or not. So watch out for that. Even the crab. You need to watch out for the crab on that spinner area. The crab's all mid, it's going to be a summit for points. All you need to know.
Double Wave Breaker can actually be a really funny and useful comp on this stage, surprisingly enough.
100% it won't be funny.
Especially on defense.
Yeah. By the way, Krakens?
Krakens?
Any Kraken in the chat?
Do we have a Kraken in chat? Can we disrupt the Honda Squidic versus FreeFlow that has dribbled over into the chat featuring Kakami, Sasu, and JJ?
Hey, so me. But yeah, no. Why am I saying any Krakens in the chat is because Krakens would be actually really crucial on this because you get touch up with it. And also you can get a lot of kills with it going straight. Because the Kraken kill time, as you do a surge with clans behind you, you can do a really good push of going from 60, maybe 50. One of those two. Honda Squidic might go that because Honda is a car company. They could do that to go ram FreeFlow like a car, but who knows. Most likely not. They're going to go for the defensive route as they did before. unless someone does the Kakuno or 96 Galdeco.
You never know. I mean, 96 Galdeco could happen. I don't think we're going to see the heavy Deco being the source of any crowds in this set today.
100%, unless you're Debbie, as we saw in the previous round.
Yeah, but Debbie's not playing this set.
Yeah, but honestly, that's a weapons that we can better do. But for right now, we might not see a Kraken. We might, maybe from JT on the side of FreeFlow, on the side of, yeah, honestly, they don't have any. Not even on the side as well. We do see a try going off from JJ this time, and he's a really good try. Zap going off from the side of Victory. They are really known for Zap as he was on C drive before it's banned. Sasha coming up from Hans Squidic as well, and a diaper as well. Missile gameplay in action.
Oh, I'm having S2 flashbacks.
Understandable, but no split charge
on each side of the field. Make it 3 down. Can we see the wipe on Honda Squidic?
Oh my god.
Well, Cash manages to get the last one. That is one super delayed wipe for both teams.
That's a full KO. So now we're back to Zenmate after 30 seconds. Now let's go back to the actual game. We see one down on the side and lost again. Both teams has a lot of space to handle now. Crab going off the side of Sicarius. Mostly trying to defend off Cash and Second maybe, but still, one down on try, 2 down on try. 2 down inside of FreeFlow, 2 down inside of Hunter Critic, 3 down inside of FreeFlow. Clam's deficit is going to go to
no
side.
blues right there, Bo, and the members are respawning, so that wiper is alone right there.
100%. What else can we say about the match right now?
Well, we can say that one is down on the side of FreeFlow. Here comes JJ in that Inkjet. One down on the side of Hans Squidic. Maydex 2 down on the side of Hans Squidic. Seacon is going to rush back with that clan. Get to a little bit higher ground. Be a little bit safer. Blue has taken the middle whole spinner. Decent spot for a Nautilus. They gotta be careful though because some weapons on Hans Squidic do outrange it. One down on each side of the field. Seacon coming out with that jet. Manages to find another. Can they get a third? They need to get Blue down. Not able to get Blue. This bucket coming in to clean them up, not able to get their Bevo, and that is going to be one dead power clan.
And we do see right now on the full action, the one defending the power clan was actually Cakes, as he killed off the Inkjet as well, so that makes it a settlement in mid as it was before. We have 3 minutes left on the clock. Cooler coming up for Cakes. We do see Anonymous going down. We see 2 down on the side of Honest Grid. The Cooler, the Starcher, and the Diaper all respawning. The last one up is the Diaper, but they're going to take it a little bit slower as they should, and they're going to try to throw it the clan with Case coming in and throwing it the clan, but no comeback actually. All this is going to throw it up on the top left. If they can, they do.
Not necessarily the most conventional path to get to a basket, but it certainly worked out for them. Points to 60 though that can definitely be beaten here on Museum. This is not necessarily the most stalematey map necessarily, even though this game has been very stalematey so far. Derpy not able to get a pick on Splash, has to retreat a little bit. Here comes the bucket in mid. Looks like they're going to try and get a single fight, not managing to get both members that go to take him. Both Cakes is going to jump out, and then 2 members on the plat for FreeFlow. One's going to go after the member of Hans Squidic, who was back in that corner there. Cash does manage to jump out though, so smart on them for staying alive.
JJ's mostly going to try to sneak for a triple right now. He does get 1. He tries that 2. The turbo gets cut off by Nature itself, but still a really good double kill. As he have no cooler and no charge, but we see the rest of people. Blue, Case, Circus might get sneaked by Cash, and that does work out. Cash actually gets the double there. Jason versus Second versus Blue right now on 5 minutes, but JJ on the defense side with the disrupt that's going to play. JJ's actually going to get sneaked by Derpy and actually gets almost cancelled from mid, but it doesn't work out pretty well as a stalemate from mid, with Inkjet going to play from JJ actually getting cancelled by Derpy, and Jason still alive in mid, getting Tryouts actually way enough to paint in mid, but the no balls in play up on Strict though. They need to get a clam.
They really do. There's only 1:17 left, and really you want to have a power clam by the 20-second mark remaining. If you're not in the lead, you want to have that insurance that you will get that overtime. It's really easy to get overtime in clams.
JJ with the perfect snipe.
To get 1.
That was
2 down. Oh, here comes one member of Honda Squidic does go down, but here comes Cash on that wiper, gonna try and rush into the base, but no, the Nautilus is right there, stops them from taking the block, forces them to reroute over to the right-hand side.
What they were trying to do was playing a risky play to go straight for clan play, but they know it was going to be risky, so they waited up for a bit. But it's costing them huge, as all of FreeFlow has white concentrated, and they're going to go throwing more clans to go for more points. At 30 seconds left on the clock, it looks like it's going to be more of a camp base of a 2 down on the side of FreeFlow, though. Let's see how much push goes in. 48, 45, 42, 39. Wipe out on 39. We need to see 3 clams on the side of 120 for them to win, and plus a mini clam too.
Well, it starts with one. They will have a guaranteed power clam from the basket being popped, but with 3 going down on defense, this is not looking good for Honda Squidic. JJ is really rushing up towards that plat and caught in the crossfire of that Nautilus. 2 going down. They saved power clam, but JJ is over on the left-hand side. They do manage to pick him. But there's only about 10 seconds left. Here comes the crab. That's probably is going to be what ends the game. The power clam has been dropped. Derpy is wiped.
And GG well played. FreeFlow once against Honest Critic 2-0. Even though this is mostly a try of Honest Critic, they actually have a really good comp if they play moving on. They should really pick up Derpy. They are a really good pickup. But we see Honest Critic getting 2-0'd by FreeFlow. These are my boys, and I'm happy for them. But they need to play game 3.
You gotta remember, though, Honda Squidic can still win game 3, and that's really important still.
Actually, we never said about it, but let's go into the stand. Oh, actually, yeah, they do. They could win this. The tiebreaker is actually huge for them because right now, Honda Squidic is in the tiebreaker setting.
Yeah, never discount that game 3. Don't write them off just yet. They've still got game 3.
Honda Squidic 3-0 Sugar Rush though. So they've basically survived in Hammerhead bracket actually.
Yeah, so they really gotta step up for this game 3. Part of you gotta wonder how much is playing with the sub affecting them. No knocks on Dreepy. Dreepy is a wonderful player. C-Drive is a great team. Whenever you play with somebody that you're not normally playing with, it's gonna affect how you play a bit.
Oh my god. Popcorn actually pinned the matches and it's finally legit. Okay, good job JJ, you got your offer. And also, it's pronounced Derpy.
Derpy, not Derpy.
Yeah, it's pronounced
I like
Derpy.
Pokemon. What can I say? I like Pokemon.
And also you're a fan of AP3P. But anyways, game 3 Maker Zones. This is the game 3 for FreeFlow, they might not matter much, but it should be fine. What's going on right now is going to be that JJ plays Brillock.
They could.
They should. They'll Bella main.
We have a Tetra in the hands of Cash.
Good, they're playing Bella.
JJ is playing Brella.
Good. This is the comp of FreeFlow wants to play. But it's not meta, unfortunately. But yeah, we see the Tri-Saucer Nouvelle, we see the Crab, we see the Tetra, we see the ballpoint. This is S2 versus S3 all over again.
Yeah, here comes JJ on that Brella, trying to get Cash, manages to do it with the help of a teammate. 2 down bow on the side of FreeFlow. Here comes Seacon. They know that JJ is right there. They're going into the zone now, see if they can get some paint on it. Here comes the Spider-Man. Doesn't manage to get anyone. Trying to go after that inkjet. Dies to the inkjet exhaust, which is one of the worst ways you can die, honestly, in this game. And 3 down, with delayed wipe on the side of FreeFlow.
Yeah, this is the issue that FreeFlow has on this. They need Case to actually spam missiles to go in, but since Case doesn't have any missiles because they're getting cut off so quickly and they don't have really any page match to come back in, it looks like that Conscript could win this in a splash, but 2 down on the side of Honest Critic, but they need to go immediately now, as they do actually somehow with paint. 3 down on the side of Honest Critic. That's a wipe on Honest Critic, so FreeFlow needs to push up. Literally, push up, guys. Please, go left. That's your best option to do.
Yeah, but 2 down on the side of FreeFlow. We do see that Blue is up in the spawn area, but with the other members of Honda Squidic kind of just ignoring them, Blue's gonna drop back into mid, so really abandoning that position. And here comes the zone cheese that everybody loved and saw during the Low Ink Finals, where with enough special power up, yes, you too can cap the zone with just a single Reef Slider.
Yeah, but we need to talk about the Tetra kill on Blue with the shield from the Reef Slider. that holy pop of like 450 damage or something in that single section was huge, and that actually helped me take the zone as well. So Pawn and Squidic, they're actually defending with the crab. They're all staying on left stack. Maybe a sneak could happen if we see from JG, but actually being out bomb cash on the Tetra is going to be a 1v1 with the Tryouts going into play as well. Still all in mid. The 1v1 goes to play, and Cash does win that. That 2 down on the side of FreeFlow, and 13 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, but 8 seconds left remaining. 5. Zone barely managing
One kill.
to be green. 1 kill down. Here comes the missile, so that will flip back into favor of FreeFlow and put a hefty 61-point penalty on Honda Squidic. Now the members of FreeFlow going back up again over onto the left, trying to get people. They do manage to get the wall up there, but security is really kind of stuck between two there, and the wall only protects you from one side.
Jason's running over Cakes right now, but actually doesn't want it out. Crab going on the defense from Derpy, but still, they have left stack. They need to watch out for left stack right now as they actually get a kill on a trade-off, actually. The pain side is going to go to the side for Honda Squidic if they actually do the cap, and they do. The special Bomb Blue going to be the sword gameplay coming out. It might not even happen in time because Second actually doesn't get the kill off, and the pink can actually go to FreeFlow if they actually were able to play its zone on a 1v2 setting.
Yeah, but Blue is in a tough spot right there. Tries to pop the Spider-Man to get away. Doesn't manage to. But here comes the cooler from Jason, trying to see if they can help their teammate out with those nice refreshing drinks. Goes down to the sword, but will instantly respawn thanks to that. So 3 down on the side of Honda Squidic, but they're going to come back pretty quickly. And Seacon, of course, staying alive, manages to get a pick on the sword, manages to get damage onto one member on the right-hand stack. Really doing a good job. And here comes the Inkjet, going to really try and take those stacks. Not able to stop the cap of the zone, though.
That was a crazy instant weekend. That's actually a crazy triple going on the side of Honda Squidic as well. So that's going to be 1 minute 11 seconds left, and on the side of Honda Squidic, they have enough pain to just go one into the base again. All they need to do, like for FreeFlow, they've been going in solo a lot of times, and it's hasn't gone to be a favor. But now they need to find second left, but they jump out. So for right now, this is FreeFlow's chance to actually go up. They need to go left, they need to go right, they need to fill in out Cash. If they do, it could be when they actually get a double team on Cash. This is going to be huge for them if they actually would. If they are able to kill off the crab.
Yeah, but one, they get a trade. There goes their ink strikes. They need to pick that crab. They're saving the missiles, it looks like, for the crab. Here comes the inkjet, not able to find anyone. Looks like here comes the sword. 2 going on to the right-hand stack. Really good double teaming there from the Brella and the sword. Can they get it though? Oh, and we have a BC. That's so unfortunate. It's too close to the end for it to be replayed, but they do manage to get the cap. Here comes the crab. Crab got looking down in the face. Blue coming in behind the crab. Wipeout on Honda Squidic.
So now all people need to do is just literally hold. That's all they really need to. Oh wait, oh that would have been really close if at the Tetris actually were able to get that solo handling. That would have been a huge upset for them. But on the side of FreeFlow, JJ sneaks these Derpy, but actually Cash sneaks JJ. 8 seconds left on penalty. We see
not
just
gonna get it.
Yeah, they're just gonna go in for fun.
That is heartbreaking for Honda Squidic.
Yeah, but still, 3-0 for FreeFlow. My team won 3-0 on stream. Happy for them. Good job, guys. So yeah. Anyways, so they're gonna be a tiebreaker between you know, Honda Squidic and Sugar Boot because they are both 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out for them. Yeah,
and also, thank you, Palka, for 56,259k points.
You can't shout out people for that. He might ban you. He can do that.
But like, gambling.
But like, it's Popgun. Thou shalt not mess with the Popgun. He will tell us that we're being idiots on the Twitch stream.
But honestly, though, Popkin, congrats to you and Miss Popkin for your new baby. Hope it goes well. No.
Next generation of Splatooners.
Yeah, the next evolution of IPL in play now. But that's gonna be it for pools.
Yep, pool's closed. Everybody get out. We're going to a break.
Yeah. All jokes aside, pool is gonna be done. We're gonna be waiting for top cut. It's gonna be maybe like 5 to 10 minutes as on the match is gonna be ending, and seating is gonna be whooped. So yeah, we'll be back for Great White bracket, right, chats?
Yep.
Okay, then yeah, see ya back at Great White.
Welcome to Great Light of Swimmer Sync 120. I am Shads, joined by Dorian, and we have Ominous versus the Captain Happy crew.
Yeah, but after the last match, it was kind of crazy. This match is even crazier. Omnis, having some history from Pikmin and Toasty, they were part of the Popsicles, and another team that has been actually Alpha bracket lowing contenders before. Well, for Captain Happy crew, last week they were in a tiebreaker setting, 2-1 actually, against one of the previous teams that won the match on stream before. But now they are in a group, and they won 3-0. And they have a lot more people on the roster this time.
Yeah, we see Ice, we see Kwanyo, John, Miayo, which I probably butchered pronunciation, I'm so sorry. Buns, Now, and the eponymous Captain Happy.
Ice being Ice Wave on Crusby on Twitter, not the Ice from, the high level comp team.
Not the Starburst Dice.
Yeah, it's Ice Wave on Twitter. Well, for Omnis, again, as I mentioned before, lowering Alpha bracket pit contenders with a whole new roster being added to the play with Pelimu, Stripes, and Kuno. Again, them making Great White is huge already. Because this is, I think the first time for Pikmin and Toasty, 100% that they'll appear than anything.
Probably. I don't think I recalled seeing them up here before. But you never know, we could have missed one. I mean, 120 SOSs is a lot.
It is a lot, 100% for sure. But anyways from that, let's look at the maps.
Yes, we start off with Tower Control, Inkling Art Academy, then Rainmaker, Undertow, Spillway, Climb, Let's Make a Mark. These three are guaranteed. If this that has not been 3-0'd at this point in time, then we move on.
Yeah, this is a best of 3, not a playoff.
Oh, it's best of 3.
Yes, it is best of 3. So we see Tower Control and Fly Undertow Rainmaker on Rainmaker, and if needed, Clampus on Mako.
I
Again,
personally want to see a game 3 because I like Climb, Let's Mako. Totally biased.
Oh yeah, by the way, this map pool is going to be at Riptide 2023 this year in 2 weeks or so. So if you want to watch that, be sure to tune in to IPL and maybe another stream that's going to come in, maybe announced soon enough at the time of Riptide. And also, I'm just saying, why I kind of don't like Clampus on Mako was because he lost at game 3 on this map. So I kind of despise this map because of that.
Don't let the salt get to you.
Well,
Salt is an important seasoning.
Well,
I was gonna say that you're a well-seasoned battler.
The curse is real though, with that one single clamp in the game. A clamp, let's make them on the ditch. They can throw a clamp in.
But that's so much fun! Think about how fun it would be to see on stream.
No, it's going to be a fun game 3 for sure, because again, this is a low level. This is basically no, not low level. This is Div 5 versus Div 3. Div 2-ish. So, this is going to be good for the maybe potential looting seating coming up soon.
Yeah, I mean, getting a result on a team that it was last rated 2 divs above you is always a good thing. Teams loading in, Tower Control, Inkling Art Academy, going to school. Or, well, probably most of us are in school at this point.
Yeah, college, that'd be
And
real.
we see Stripes on Omnis pulling out the Reflex. Pigment is going to have the T-Tech. Palium is going to have the regular Blaster. And the NZAP on the last member of Omnis. Meanwhile, on the side of Captain Happy Crew, we see a Heavy Deco, so that will have Kraken. We see Neo Splash. We see Big Swig. Neo, whatever the second kit for Big Swig is called, and the Vanilla Splattershot.
It's not the biggest trick actually, it's the regular roller.
Oh, it's a regular roller.
Yeah, and the regular roller just got KO'd twice on the stream, and 87 points immediately straight up on the Captain crew. But again, the comp favors right now for Omnis because of the Blaster, the NZAP, and the T-Tech. The Reflex is a kind of scary pick, but for the side of Captain Happy Crew, the roller and Spotling, it's a weird duo, but they have Kraken. That's all that matters.
Yeah, Kraken is really important. Also, that composition can work because it provides more than enough paint for the roller to actually function. Both the roller and the blaster, they need lots of paint, otherwise you're gonna go nowhere. But 2 down on the side of Captain Happy Crew as the members of Omnis go on the tower. And that Heavy is really out of position because of that Kraken. Leo is going to come in and... Ice, not Leo, sorry. Ice is going to come in and get that blaster into Bubbler and only pushing to 91. Not a great first push. But 87 not exactly a great one either.
Yeah, but we saw on stream too, like beforehand, that Palu actually got off Waymaker to go for the single blade. They should have maybe waited a little bit on the tower and made them feed into Omnis himself, because that soul blade actually could have made them go to checkpoint way quicker. But we see for right now that for Captain Ante Crew, they're actually making it off all the mid. Pigman actually jumps out. Again, the stalemate of if you go in solo to go for solo queue plays is going to be huge against team play right now. It's all of them have VCs, remember that.
Yeah, Captain Happy is going to go up in that Kraken, manages to get some people on Ominous pushback. 2 members of Captain Happy Crew on towers break through that checkpoint faster. They're going to trade off with the Splatling. You do want to have the backline ride the tower whenever possible. And here come missiles, so that's going to force the Splatling to drop, not able to find anyone. Blaster's really pushing them to get the blasters. 2 down low on the side of Captain Happy Crew, and Captain Happy's going to be forced to use that Kraken. They're going to push up with it, see if they can get a pick off of someone, but it's going to force the tower to go back, and oh, I would not want to be that Splatling right now.
Yeah, Captain Happy himself being the backline, but knowing that he has the space, has used it to their advantage, and actually felt up the TV really well, because as a Splatling player, you would want to just keep your space and have to try to go in 3v1, and they would not aggressive with that. But 3 down inside Omnis, Captain Happy will be able to push up again, but right now we see that from that is Mayo, I think, that they're going to try to push up, and we see on the side of Ice, they're going to be defending the tower as well. But for the roller player, they're running tower now with the bubbler. Good job.
Yeah, bubbler, of course, on tower, really useful. Here come the strikes, though, which will, of course, break through that bubbler, forcing the members of Captain Happy Crew to abandon tower. The Shingazuka gets 2. Beautiful shot, but then a bomb gets 2 as well. Captain Happy, only one left alive. Yes, there's only a zap. Ice is going to try and keep them busy. And Tosi's really got to see if they can make something happen. The members of their team are coming in, but 2 go down, 2 to Ink Strikes. Here comes a third, trying to get one on the side. Stripes manages to get 1, and it's a full wipeout on the side of Ominous. And this is where it gets snowballing. Kraken on the tower, forced back by the bomb.
But
really doing some delaying. 3 down. Kraken is just barely going to last long enough for Captain Happy Crew to take the knockout.
What a last like play on the Kraken there, but still holding it off enough to actually get the 3 kill actually. Well, maybe it was a supportive 3 kill, but still 3 kill. That was so huge for them on Captain Happy Crew, and they are winning. They got fist bump too.
And we do see a fist bump as well. Always love seeing the fist bumps on stream. It makes whatever Twitter clip you get 100 times cooler.
Yeah, and definitely that's going to be on the side of Captain Happy Crew, so be sure to check Twitter in a matter of 10 minutes. 10 minutes. But yeah, Mimic on the top. Captain Happy Crew, we now know how the Splatling has a roller and has 2 shoots. While for Omnis, they have 3 shooters and a blaster player.
Here's the thing about so many people play other weapons too. They could easily swap to a different composition.
But we know that one has a backline and one's going full aggressive.
Yeah, but the backline might not actually play backline. It seems like every single backline player these days can pocket some sort of shooter.
Do you think they're going to be pocketing Splash or pocketing Jet?
Jet's still a backline, technically speaking. Could they pocket Splash? Yeah. I think it's more likely, given the current meta, that if they swap off a Peppy deck out, they'll swap to Ballpoint. A couple months ago, I would say definitely Splash, but... What I'm saying is that even in S2, when backlines were a lot more present, you would see people dropping the backline for Rainmaker and just move as fast as possible. So I can totally see Captain Happy playing something else.
So you're saying it would be something like a Ballpoint, or maybe, who knows, maybe Nautilus?
Maybe.
Or, the real thing is, maybe a Mini.
That I think is less likely.
Yeah, Mini has been kind of on the way so far, but the Mini having their hammer and what's the stuff that they have?
I don't know. I don't play many.
Well,
Um,
well, with the hammer push, that could go better, but there was Viper to actually fill that off, so who knows? Will they change off for Captain Happy Crew for the second point, or will Omnis actually change off for the second point? They have a pencil. They have a pencil?
yeah, Pencil is seeing a little bit of a boost right now in usage. It has one of the lowest shred times for objects, including the Rainmaker Shield. Cooler, of course, being a lot better nowadays, and that thing just paints like crazy. It pops out coolers like nobody's business.
If
And
you could
honestly,
get
it's
short,
not that bad of a weapon.
if you could get short shot as well, that's actually really huge, but it's all depending on their aim. So if you don't think your aim is really good, it's all dependable on that. But we see on the side of Omnis, they do get first buff, they're waiting it out, trying to get a first pick on either side. Also, Omnis does have a reflex for spin and Umbrella coming out too.
Yeah, the 10. Interesting choice. 10's famously very difficult to play. We only saw a couple of people playing them, even back when it had a nice niche. Definitely going to be interesting to see how that goes, but I can definitely see it working out well in Rainmaker, especially going up to that first checkpoint, which Captain Happy Crew is going to quickly break through. Stripes is going to try and get Captain Happy off of that. They do manage to get one down, and they knock down another one, but Captain Happy's just going to try and cheat the Rainmaker, has to back up a little bit. It's a little too much booping there.
You know, Toasty just booped Captain Happy on the Rainmaker, so that's why it didn't reset. But actually, it looks like that Captain Happy actually got the switch surge. Ante picking it up, making it up to 42 on the white. The white is a really risky play to get into if you are able to get it off, but it looks like that. Who is that? That's a
They're
Splash
going
making
for
up
it.
to 8.
They're,
What?
they're going for it.
What? Did they
Quando
have cooler?
sneaked in, the Rainmaker now managed to distract and or split enough members of Ominous to let their teammate get up with that Rainmaker all the way to 8. And that is an insanely safe push on this map in general.
It's the same as it, but how they got up there was most likely cooler, so that was definitely a good follow-up actually with the cooler that they had with the pencil. But 2 down inside of Omnis once again, Captain had the crew. Mostly need to push up, but why are they on the full white? The last player actually going to be the distraction for the roller player, but the 2 down made Omnis actually go all the way up. Surviving on paint, but going to 92 is a good way to actually get a recovery paint if they get a pick off on the side of Omnis to have to happen.
Yeah, Quanyo falling back a little bit, going to grab that cooler. Might be a little bit far back. I don't know if it's necessarily worth it to get the cooler when it's that far away from you. Point blank shot from the Zuka, gets the Rainmaker before the Zuka gets taken out. Toasty is going to jump out, just barely manages to survive, gets a nice farewell nudge from a curling bomb, and then here comes Osher, manages to get the Rainmaker, Paleo manages to get another one it looks like before falling. Here comes Toasty on that Brella. They know that Quanyo's right over there, but do you really want to take that fight as a slow weapon against the Splash, especially when you're going straight up to the Splash's face? Now Quanyo doing a little bit of distraction over on the left-hand side. Doesn't manage to pick anyone, but definitely makes them stop and look.
Yeah, but Pigment's going on with special. They're mostly trying to think of going left, but the roller says no to it and actually cancels the push. So the Mimic Bob might be happening again, but maybe not. It's not going to be. It does for their side. They're mostly going to try to go left. But for this scenario, Quanyo or maybe the roller gets denied. They're able to push left. They might be able to catch the pencil if Captain Happy says anything about it, and they don't have anything to say about it. So Ice might be able to KO on the side of Omnis if they do. Who knows?
You gotta watch out for that Splash coming around. Stripes knows they're there. They've got to try helping him out. Do this manage to get him. Now they've got to see if they can deal with those people up there. Not able to get picked. They do have the Inkling captured. Here comes the roller coming around. They gotta know that that roller's coming there. There's a Zuka out on the other side of the field. Here comes the Stripes back. I do not want to be in Stripes' position right now. I don't envy them at all. They're running for it. Stay alive a lot longer than I would have.
That was a slippery play from Stripes and all of the side of Omnis actually to try actually the last one to pop in. They need to try to do a power play here, but everyone else coming into play on Toasty. Now just Pigment, now there's Stripes, now the Palu. They get a kill off, but there's no one at the Rainmaker support as they try to chip damage the way out of it. Stripes actually gets it in. They actually make it to Vessel. Wait,
They get
no.
it to 9. They get it to 9.
They pop it.
Here
No, they
comes
pop it.
Suzuka. They just
it.
have to get it. They get it.
They get the quick
We
animation as
have a game
well.
3.
They got the quick animation as well, and that was huge. If they didn't get that, that would have been game over there. Wow. Is Captain Happy Crew going to get an upset for a second week in a row, or are they actually going to prove and move on to round 2 of Hammerhead
I
on
don't
this
know.
game 3?
I mean, an upset would be huge. An upset
upset-
would be huge for Ominous.
Ominous upset for a second week in a row would be, well, Ominous getting up against the DF2 team and winning that is a result for Ominous themselves. Captain Happy Crew getting upset is something unfortunate for them, but there is always another week. They are showing that they are an active team, so they can keep on grinding, or even play Squid Junction this weekend. Who knows?
I don't think we can count out Captain Happy Crew just yet, folks. I mean, they were well in control for most of that Rainmaker game.
100%. They were. That Taokyo and Clock game, they had a Kraken, they had all that. They had the power, they had the warm up, they had mostly the aggression, which actually will be maneuvering into this one as well, because this is more a stalemate mode if you think about it. So for Captain Happy Crew on game 1, they were able to kind of cap it out. They could do this in this game again in game 3.
They could. But on the flip side, if Ominous keeps up whatever juice they got from that cooler halfway through the game,
Oh yeah, and also all
I
of
want
that
some of that for my 9 o'clock shifts. I want to be that energetic. I want to be moving that fast.
Yeah, honestly, they've been having some sick jumps over there with the Mimic as well. They like ran maybe like a good 20, no, not 20 yards, like 10 yards in game. That counted for like 20 points. That was the huge thing that they did for both games, at that time. But yeah, now game 3, Clampton's on, Mako, a good fashion.
And now
the
is
one you
going to
love.
have a great time here on that roller with all those ledges to ledge camp on.
Oh my god, you're right.
And Captain Happy is using a fire, but my other main, I'm very happy.
Good. Because that's Toasty. That's Toasty Baby as well, but they're playing Valor now. Unfortunate.
I don't know, the Rels seem to work out pretty decently for them. They know that the Charger's right there. Now is already going for the ledge camp out of ink, manages to get the trade. Toasty getting a good pick on that roller.
But still, we see for right now that again the first down going to the side of Omnis, but Captain Happy Crew having one down right now again, but Tryouts going out from the left side, going to kill 2 actually. And only be able to punch up if they get clams. Captain Happy Crew get clams now. It's the perfect time on the right or the left, but clam respawn kind of can be bad in this game. So what they need to do is still back and maybe go for a second clam. They have enough time for it and enough paint.
Yeah, you gotta remember, Bo, each little clam is worth 3 points, so if you got 10 little clams, you might as well just get the 30 points instead of just the 20.
Yeah, but the thing is, look at the stacks. We see the Omnis is having hold on the right stack, so there will be none of Captain Happy Crew to push up on. But because they pincered that, they were able to get in the clams in. So we have like 3 points, maybe 5 solo clams going in on the side of Captain Happy Crew, so going in.
Yeah, here comes the Tryouts, forcing the members of Ominous to reposition. Here come the missiles. Captain Happy's gonna go down. One on the top right, going to drop. That's gonna be Ice going into the corner, trying to get a pick off somebody, not able to find it. Quanyo's coming up as well as Now. Now's got a couple clams. Quanyo's gonna go for the clams. They're just going for points at this point. Almost manages to get a trade off there at the end, and then Now in the corner, going to escape a little bit, hang out on the left-hand side, see if they can maybe find somebody else in the meantime. Going after the roller, probably save their teammates jump there.
But we see for right now that basically that was a whole from 100 to maybe that was like a 72 clam push right there. So that's actually really huge on side to have Captain Happy Crew that they need to be defensive or even just go for another clam push that they could secure the deal in a matter of like who knows 2 minutes. What? Oh!
Yeah, they
look
get
at that.
another clam in. They snuck a clam in on the top left. You can see that the paint coming in there. Looks like it's from Guanyu. We couldn't really see that too well on the stream. A little bit of spectator lag, nothing unusual in this game. and they're down to 15 points, so they've chucked off the entire penalty. They know that somebody's coming around on the right-hand side. Guan Yu doesn't have any clans, but they're there to try and help out their teammate. Not able to reduce the penalty down to 22 points. Really, really important.
Yeah, but now actually it was able to get some clans but jumped out because of it. But you know, in mid, we see the Omnis has enough clans to push up, but again, they needed kills for it. We see the Bullish jump play, we see the ZF jump play, we see the Splash jump play and Splash. They need to get one of the picks to push up, but we see actually the Fletcher going off, but 2 kills on the block. On the side of Captain Habiku to push up against Omnis. That's 3, that's a whole delayed wipe.
Yeah, not what you want to see if you're in Omnis's position. That's kind of ominous. 15, 14 points remaining, 1 down on each side of the field. Captain Happy doesn't have any clams though. They're going to have to go back and get more. I don't know if they'll make it to really key pick there on Stripes. Not able to really score anything off that aside from a single point, but only a penalty of 11. They are 1 power clam and 2 little clams away from the knockout, and that is dangerous.
Yeah, it's crazy how they got power clam and soul clams in to refill that whole penalty scoring kind of thing, but they might be able to do it again as they score from the back line, and that's gonna be a KO.
Yeah, so 2-1 Captain Happy Crew versus Ominous.
Omnis knows how to fight. They are scary. They obviously gonna be scary if they're not banned, and you know the next low ink or something. If they're not banned yet, but for Captain Happy Crew, they finally secured themselves. They proved themselves as Hamhead potentials, and they could maybe win this thing.
They might, but for now, round 1 is done. Well, you guys are probably getting tired of listening to us, and we're gonna get other people to listen to instead.
Yeah, but maybe for now we can maybe look at the bracket that goes on for round 2, because so it looks like someone is already starting round 2 for Great White, surprisingly. But for the bracket side, we see the Oshawott Fan Club, and she's giving a leg. She's giving a leg already 1-0 above Oshawott Fan Club. Elongate is the Duo-Authenticated Gamers. INC versus Captain Happy Crew, and Velocity plus Tryouts versus the Kitties. So yeah. Hey, wanna show you some chads?
Do I have to?
Do you wanna do?
Oh, might as well. You can find me being an idiot in Pop Guns chat every Monday night for the podcast with the handle IV_Shad_, and also occasionally in Lowing chat doing mod stuff. Where can people find you, Dorian?
You can see me managing FreeFlow on FreeFlow SBL. You can find me on Twitch at Ryan2. You can find me on Osu playing for HWC3 minor league Canada team. Canada B on Osu. Please watch it. But yeah, now FBS. Watch FBL. Continue watching FBL. Watch the finale of Great White this week. And I guess that's it, right? Oh, cool gameplay's great.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 120th Swim or Sink. I'm Lily Gravy Bread, and I'm joined by iMad, and we will be providing you with the things for your ears to listen to as we go through the rest of Great White Bracket. And we also joined by Justin on the Spat Cam as well. How are you, iMad, today? What are you looking forward to here?
I'm doing just fantastic. Glad to be back on the mic for SOS in the grand finals of all places. This is round 2 Velocity plus Tryouts versus Silly Kitties, and I'm excited to see Silly Kitties play because I haven't seen them on stream in at least a couple of weeks. I've heard that they took a short break at one point.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what they bring to the table here. There are a few familiar names, such as Zenith on the a well-known top wiper player as well, and also Velocity plus Tryouts. It'd be interesting to see what's actually going to be coming out from this slightly different lineup from usual as well. But also these are definitely familiar names, familiar teams, especially here in Swim or Sink.
Yeah, I was just saying before we went live that it's quite the tryout to be just thrown right into a tournament that just basically getting chucked into the deep end. So it is going to be fun to see like what they're bringing to the table if it's not the usual Velocity lineup. But we've also gotten word that Silly Kitties is actually running with 3 subs on their team. So they are Silly Kitties in name and 1 member representing it, apparently.
Yeah, Silly Kitties in name. This is gonna be great set. I gotta say, I'm very much looking forward to like this interesting switch up of the lineup as well. We'll be watching them play first on Splatzone's Inkblot Art Academy.
Yes, I have to say Zone's Inkblot is one of my favorites. It's not quite as infamous as the Tower Control Inkblot, but is a fun map mode to play on indeed. You do have that raised bit in the middle, like right in the middle of the zone, which can be help for when you're playing backline, but it's also a bit of a hindrance for a lot of specials. Like if you try to throw a Booyah Bomb, it's just going to get stuck there, not really paying as much as you like.
Yeah, exactly. But if you do want to clear off people and actually make use of the high ground you get up there, which you can, especially if you're playing like some kind of roller or something that can really dominate the zone from up there, then you can actually definitely make good use of that, I think. And it becomes just a hindrance to get you off at that point. But, you know, I think throwing bombs up there can definitely push people out of doing stuff like that as well. But yeah, Splatzone's Inkblot Art Academy, this isn't one that I have very strong opinions about necessarily, but and I think one of the things that that I like about Inkblot in other modes, especially Clan Blitz, are the amount of routes you can take over to the other team's plat, which I don't really get that so much in zones here. So it can be a little bit choke pointy as well, from my experience anyway. But we are going into the game right now, so let's check out these weapon comps. It looks like we are seeing a Carbon Roller Deco, we're seeing a Splash, we're seeing a Sea-Jet, which is nice to see as well, on the side of, I believe Velocity, and also Ombre playing a... Is that a Vanilla Blaster?
That is indeed, that's going to be the Suction Bomb and the Inkzuka coming out here. Very interesting to see. We do, as you said, the Carbon and the Charger combo of that roller and backline combo as we were talking about before, like both are going to be fantastic to take control of that top area, which is going to be one of the key points to hold. But right now, Velocity getting a nice control of zone with 2 members of Silly Kitties down. The Crab doing some excellent work right there to clear them out.
Yeah, that was a very quick take of mid as well. They're already pushed up onto Silly Kitties' plat right now. Looks like Silly Kitties is still trying to respond with a Crab here to try and find an opening. Also with the Wave Breaker as well. It doesn't look like they're managing to get much headway, however. But with one player going down on either side, they're really looking forward to stop this push at the moment, iMad.
Yeah, this is one of the, I think as you mentioned before, just the choke point holds of this map. Like, you really want to take control of the enemy's plat, be able to keep them from able to get to the zone, and right now Velocity is doing just that. Silly Kitties is kind of trapped up on the zone, and we see the Zuka coming out just trying to put on so much pressure right now. They are going to have to find a way to break out of this if they want to retake the zone, but they just lost their Carbon, which is one of their main aggressors. Their E-Leader going down as well, so effectively just the shooters, even though they do have a double specials online.
Yeah, and as we were zooming in on Umbre as well, and you mentioned controlling the plat, that's exactly what we're seeing there, and that's also something I wanted to point out about the choice of having a blaster on a map like this. And it looks like they do get that knockout, clean 100-0 push. Amazing job, Velocity plus Tryouts. But yeah, I wanted to point out actually the blaster definitely can definitely pressure that plat and make it very difficult to be able to push back out from there as well. So definitely a strong choice, I have to say.
Indeed, it certainly seemed to work out well for them. Like, they had a bit of a triple shooter comp right there. They had a lot of paint going out there and just a lot of mobility, able to push up once they did have that advantage. I think like that crab just opening things up allow them to get that path that they were able to get in. And as you said, just like there really is only like one or two options to get to there. It's like the jump over the mid or even up the ramp. And we didn't really see too much use of the flank on that left side. They seem to be too trapped on that plat for most of the game.
Yeah, for sure. It was one of those cases where, like, if you start getting trapped there, it's difficult to make your way out of it unless you really throw everything at those small passageways, small little choke points to actually be able to move out there as well. But you know, if there was an opportunity to flank, I would always presume that at least there'd be someone watching those flanks as well, especially if there was a blaster who was right there next to that ramp on that side of the map to actually like take people out as well. Tower control Manta Maria, however, I do think the blaster, I do hope they continue using this blaster because you do have all those ledges as well here that blasters or any AoE weapon can be very powerful on.
Yeah, talking about choke points, Manta Maria is the choke point stunter right here, especially for the route that tower control has. Really the main sections that are going to be the most contested is going to be that street area and the bunker, just because that's really the only route that an attacker has to get through. You do have a bit of a flank over the jump, but that can be dangerous, as you said, if they're watching the flank.
Yeah, absolutely. It does look like they're bringing out a ball point on either side, actually, which is going to be also pretty strong here to control those narrow passageways, choke points as well. I really want to see them be able to control the street to be able to get a big push going, because big pushes aren't always necessarily what you see here from what I've seen anyway. It can be a bit of a tug of war. I always call this like the tug of war map mode every single time I've ever commentated. I always say this, I'm just repeating myself constantly now. It does look like they do manage to actually take out Velocity's ball point at the moment, but they're being responded to with those strikes being pushed back as well, seeing if they can actually stop this push here. And it does look like 3 plates have gone down on Velocity at the moment, so Silly Kitties are going to be taking this tower up even further past this checkpoint.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. Getting the 3 down right there is going to be a free checkpoint, and as we see here, they are moving up. They're ready to take position just to be able to keep them out, and all his velocity is over on the left side here, so if they're able to just control the tower, they might be able to get to the second checkpoint, but unfortunately they do lose their backline and several of the members, but then the Tri-Strike coming in able to save the roller, so now they are going to still be able to get the second checkpoint.
Yeah, it's great seeing these jumps come in soon, very quickly as well, just to try and keep that constant pressure, but it does look like they do start going down there, as well as Velocity has been able to really try to push them out of that street as much as possible. Now, a score of 50, that's pretty good, that's halfway, but, you know, I do believe that they can start pushing this out in the other direction, but unfortunately, Zuka goes down just there, which we just saw.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate pick, but Lily, the thing to watch for is, like, Silly Kitties, if they're running with that end, that they're going to have that tacticaler on hand, and Velocity not so much. So Silly Kitties, even though they might go down, they're going to be back incredibly quick. They're going to be able to recover from what seemingly would be fatal wipeouts a lot quicker than Velocity can here. That might fall in their favor.
Yeah, with Silly Kitties 2 down, Velocity is definitely going to be trying to use this opportunity. 3 down now, actually. They're going to be taking this to the first checkpoint. We can see the rest of their team already pushing up to the street, getting a really aggressive trap position there, looking out onto their left-hand side just to stop anyone who might be thinking about taking some kind of high ground or flank from that side as well. We can see the follow-up with the Inkjet as well, just trying to push them back even further. They might even be able to get a lead, especially with the help of this bubble and the Zuka, but they are going to be pushed off when they get that 1-point lead, but they're going to just get right back on. That's the thing about Tri-Strikes. Can't necessarily predict exactly how much of an effect they're gonna take at a moment like that if you can't necessarily see exactly where they're going. But with that wipeout, it looks like we may be seeing counter push yet.
Yeah, Velocity did eventually get wiped out there, but I love the movement that they had there. We saw their one member was right in the tower, and then we saw the crab just getting popped on top of the bunker. But as soon as the crab ran out, they swapped positions with the shot there, and so the shot was able to use their Zuka in the same position as the crab there, just keeping the tower moving, but also applying so much pressure from the with the specials. Only the Tryouts were able to push them out. Now, Silly Kitties able to come back in, trying to find that lead again, but once again, the Inkjet just cleaning up that push and stopping them in their tracks.
Yeah, I gotta say, I feel like this Velocity by name and Velocity by nature, even if they are running a slightly different roster than normal, they do manage to get 3 plays out again, so this is going to be a free mid take for them, trying to push back Silly Kitties. We can see there's a flank that they've noticed around the back with that carbon deco. It does look like they're still remaining alive over there, so Silly Kitties is kind of a bit... they were kind of a bit split up there for a minute, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what I was watching. Like, we saw the Blaster chilling on the right side, watching their flank, potentially trying to flank their own within 2 members of Velocity, trying to chase down that carpet railing. Honestly, I feel like that just bought Silly Kitties enough time to respawn. Velocity wasn't pushing the tower. They weren't making any moves forward, so now Silly Kitties, they're popping those specials, trying to retake mid, and they are going to be taking down the ball point.
Yeah, we do see, however, the Tactical come out, and 3 plays have got down on Velocity once again. So Silly Kitties, this is going to be a fairly free push for them as well. We can see how the Carbon Deco is already pushed up pretty far ahead, supported by the rest of their team as well. It does look like they do get knocked off the tower, but they have someone ready to go to get back on, especially with those Tri-Strikes just to help out. They need to be able to get this checkpoint and push it past a lead of 32 to be able to take this game for themselves, and it does look like, I do believe they could possibly do this if they don't go 3 down here.
Ooh, that is unfortunate. A wipeout in the last 30 seconds. That could be Silly Kitties' last run. They were able to get through the checkpoint. They were so close to taking the lead back, but Velocity just came in and cleaned them up. They weren't able to maintain control of the tower enough. We just saw the bombs coming in and just pressuring them so much harder. The Carbon was the last one remaining, but was not quite able to make something happen. The Inkjet just came in and got the final pick, and so Velocity gonna keep that lead and the match.
Yeah, we saw at the end also, even if they were trying to come back in with the Inkjet, there was some very spotty paint that was just going to make it just that little bit too difficult for them to be able to grab onto that tower and start pushing back up again. But anyway, that was really fantastic push by the end. Unfortunately, they did go 3 down, and Velocity did take that game, of course. But you know what? This is going to be this was still a great set to watch. Congrats to Velocity and the new Tryouts. I hope you're enjoying the team very much.
Indeed, and as you said, they are living up to their name right there. Once they got that momentum going, they just ran over Silly Kitties pretty much. They were able to just run away with that tower, and they had enough of a defensive force to just keep them from bringing it back at the end there.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great to see. However, I do believe the counter pushes from Silly Kitties, I think, were pretty much equally as strong. It was just, I think it really just did come down to being able to control the street for long enough to be able to continue that push all the way through there as well. Because you know, this map mode in particular, I find, or actually like almost anything on Manta Maria, I think really does also come down to being able to play around that street and figure out exactly where you want to be controlling it from, where you want to be watching for, like in terms of the other team defending that street as well, and to make sure you've got, like, you could potentially have like eyes all around you pretty much from the other team if you're there. So I do sometimes feel like when you're playing Manta Maria, you kind of have to have eyes on the back of your head to try and watch from all directions when you get around there.
That is exactly so. But that is going to be the end of that set. Velocity is going to be moving on, while Silly Kitties is going to be out for the night. But we still have some more Splatoon action coming up as we go into our round 3. We'll be taking a short break as the rest of our sets finish up. It looks like we have some 1-1 in our other two. InControl versus Captain Happy Crew, and Elongate versus the Duo-Authenticated game of something or another. So it is a tight couple of games right here. I'm looking forward to see who's going to come out on top. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Swimmer Sync. We are in the round 3 of the Great White Bracket. Once again, it is I, Matt Gabriel II. I am joined once again by the little Gravy Bread. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm very excited. I've been watching this Swimmer Sync since the start, and I've been enjoying every second of it. And I think I'm definitely going to be enjoying watching this next set between Oshawott Fan Club and Duo-Authenticated Gamers, which I believe is also known as Octopi. Now, Octopi have very recently just won paddling pool, so it'll be interesting to see if they can keep up this momentum as we go through this next set against Oshawott Fan Club, who've been doing extremely well for themselves this tournament as well.
Wow, taking on the paddling pool. That was earlier today, so they're on their second tournament of the day. I have to applaud their tenacity. They are going for all the golds today, but they're up against some tough opponents. A bit of a pickup, but it is comprised of several high-level players. I saw Madness and Q being the two that caught my eye from Jackpot, I believe.
Yeah, definitely. They're Jackpot, so very, 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 very well-known top-level team. It does look like we are going to be going into the match right now. Clam Blitz Scorch Gorge. I love this map mode so much. I didn't get a chance to talk about it. We're seeing an interesting choice here with the Octobrush, which is great to shark around here, especially, and also Q on the 96 Gal as well with the Kraken, which is going to be great, I believe. So I'm looking forward to seeing some fun Krakens this game.
Indeed, Kraken is Clam Blitz is an excellent mode for Kraken. It's one of the few modes that really has a strong presence in. But that's going to be a wipeout off of a fan club to start us off. Oh no, I take that back. Octopi, aka Duo-Authenticated Gamers, got wiped out there, and right now Oshawott Fan Club is just getting it down to 47 already. We see the Kraken getting popped, chasing down the Wiper, just trying to get the pick, and they do manage to take them out. Two members of Oshawott Fan Club are taken down, so that's going to be the end of that push.
Yeah, so Duo-Authenticated Gamers are looking for an opportunity at the moment to be able to push back out and retake mid. At the moment, it looks like they are going to be dropping down around mid at the moment, but they are being met with the Oshawotts already in their face and taking out their Zekafin as well. It does look like they're going to be pushing around, really trying to pressure actually that Ultra Sap, who's trying to make something happen here, getting a pick on Pony, but unfortunately going down right there. And this is going to be another fairly free pass to the Clam Basket for Oshawott Fan Club as they pass their clams to get ready for the next push, with Madness just hiding behind, ready just to push that clam in at any moment they see possible.
They're just absolutely applying the pressure right now. There's so much pink in mid. Like, Duo-Authenticated Gamers are not able to drop right now. They're just doing their best to keep them from opening the basket again. And they did manage to get a key pick off of Madness there. I believe that Power Clam just went over the edge into the Abyss. So they are no longer in control of the Power Clam to open the basket. So, Duo-Authenticated Gamers, they're going to be popping some specials. They're going to try to take some map control back, just get some pain out, and at least try to break out as they get a Kraken on the doorstep.
Yeah, here's Q with the Kraken once again, trying to find an opportunity for them to be able to move back in. But unfortunately, it looks like they lose that Power Clam once again. They've had a couple of times where they tried to get that Power Clam in, but it does look like that Duo-Authenticated Gamers have got a pretty good read on what Oshawott Fan Club has been trying to do, and already with those 3 plays that had gone down just earlier, have managed to actually push up and get all the map control that they really wanted to get earlier on in the game to prepare for their first push as well. We saw those Tryouts come out, but they still need to get control of the ramp if they really want to be able to do anything with this.
Indeed, it seems Duo-Authenticated Gamers had a bit of a slow start, but now they are making their presence known. 3 members of Oshawott Fan Club are down. They have the basket open, and another Power Clam in. Not quite able to get the lead just yet, but they are well on their way. If they have a few more clams to keep it open, they have a Power Clam inbound. If they're able to get it in, that's going to be the spell the lead, and they do. 22 points.
Goodness. 22 points. That was a great clam jump, especially considering how much control Oshawott Fan Club had throughout most of that game so far. And they already have another clam ready up in top mid as well, but it does look like that push is going to be ending there. And they're really holding back Oshawott Fan Club from being able to retake mid at the moment. We can see how much they are getting pushed to the side, still trying to find an opening in. But you know, Duo-Authenticated Gamers, they're really keeping their eye out on Oshawott Fan Club at the moment, I gotta say.
Yeah, when they had control of mid, they were able to get Potato, the Charger, up on that mid there, and that just put so much of the pressure on Oshawott Fan Club. They weren't able to really move out as they wanted to, but looks like they're slowly pushing Duo-Authenticators back. The Charger had to back up to their snipe, and so now they have some more room to maneuver. So it's a bit of a 50-50 in zone right now, but this Charger is going to be taken down by Madness, and they're going to be trying to find some space here, but so far the defense is holding.
Yeah, the defense is holding very well. We've just over a minute left into the game, and Oshawott Fan Club are trying to find an opportunity to move back in. They're getting a great pick, a great 2 picks actually on the side of Duo-Authenticated Gamers, and they're getting control here, especially with the Kraken coming out once again, looking for more picks. It does look like they might be able to get another push going right now, and with pretty much enough time to be able to move even more clams to get a lead here. They just need to have the clams to do so, and it does look like they don't quite have enough as players are going down. They managed to get down to 31, but you know, with those jumps and that wipeout, they need to be able to get more clams in to take lead again, which they do. Do they? They do manage to in these last 30 seconds.
Wow, that was a key fight to win right there. It was a bit scrappy right there. It was evened out or 1v1 at the end, but Madness able to stay alive and take down several members of Duo-Authenticate Gamers. Down to 1 point, they just need one more clam to get this KO, and they're able to sneak it in right there with an excellent last push.
Yeah, that was an impressive last push as well, and I think getting those jumps in, especially when they didn't quite have those clams there, they knew that what exactly they needed to do is to play fast with that small opening they got with that wipeout as well, and they knew that if they had that player there just to provide those jumps in to help them get those clams in at the very end, then they could take that game to a knockout, which they absolutely did. But you know, I'm not gonna discount Duo-Authenticated Gamers here. They're impressive defenses. Twice they managed to stop attempts at a push from Oshawott Fan Club in that game after they and they did manage to get a pretty good lead on them for quite a bit of the time as well. So I'm curious to see how they might be adapting to Oshawott Fan Club as we go into Splatzone's Tanglefish Market.
Yeah, those early stops were huge. Like, just being able to not let them open up the basket, or even when they did, just not allow them to follow up with the clam, just slowly drained away their momentum, and that just gave them enough of an edge to push back in, so they could definitely bring something back here. But just the early aggression from Oshawott Fan Club just really kept them at bay for the longest time. It wasn't until they were able to get those wipeouts, get those picks from the opposing team that they were able to really gain a foothold at all. And I feel like with Tanglefish Market, as opposed to Scorch, just with the narrowness of the map, is going to be a lot harder to really push out unless they get some excellent splats.
Yeah, for sure, but I do expect that considering this is going to be splat zones, once you do have that control quite far up ahead, then you basically, you have the potential to have a very quick 100-0 knockout win here if you manage to play your cards right and get into position right and stop any defensive spots as well, which is different from Clam Blitz. Clam Blitz, if you get the knockout, you have to be able to follow that up with the team coordination to actually push with those clams as well. So we are actually going to be going into the game now. We have Potato on the leader. This is interesting. We have Pony on the end zap as well, which is going to be good. Gus playing the Tri-Slusher Nouveau as well. This is going to be a fun match to watch, I gotta say. Does look like already actually Duo-Authenticated Gamers are trying to push up ahead, but they don't manage to get the first cap. But they do manage to stop actually Oshawott Fan Club's first push here when getting 2 players down as they start to a little bit more slowly push up ahead, I think.
Yeah, just excellent shots from the Zuko right there. They were able to take down Q on that back line, so that opened up a lot of space for them, and they're managing to keep them staggered with several nice splats. But now Q is getting some splats of her own, and with the Tryouts coming out, they're going to have to force to back up, but not going able to cap the zone just yet. They're still applying a lot of pressure right now. Duo-Authenticated Gamers has control of the zone with the paint, but they are slowly losing ground here.
Yeah, they are very slowly losing ground. It does look like Oshawott Fan Club are going to be returning, but they've only managed to scrape just a couple of points for themselves here. They do manage with 3 plays going down on Duo-Authenticated Gamers to actually begin to get a bigger push going for themselves. We can see them already pushing up to occupy the Duo-Authenticated Gamers plat right here, so getting into position to keep this push going for as long as they need it to go for.
Yeah, that wipeout was huge. Like before we had like just a staggered amount of splats, just a 2v2s, 3v2s, and things like that. But now with the all the way down, Oshawott Fan Club was able to move forward, as we were talking before, just take up those defensive positions. Duo-Authenticators, however, are able to break out just a bit. 2 members, 3 members down with just a charger remaining, able to cap a zone at 29 points. That's going to be fantastic for them. Now they have the chance to be able to push up themselves and just try to work their way through that lead again.
Oh, and that nice double, especially getting one on Q as well from the Wiper. It does look like this is going to be pretty crucial for them to be able to hold this lead, as Q was providing those jumps back in to hopefully provide some more aggressive momentum for Oshawott Fan Club. But it just does look like they are keeping Oshawott Fan Club down 2 plays at the moment. Q is still down, so this is not looking particularly good for Oshawott Fan Club. And if they can't make anything of this Trizuka, they might lose out on lead here.
Yeah, the shots from the V-Shot has been on point this match. They were able to take down Q and one other member, bring it to a 2 down, 14 points remaining. Like, Oshawott Fan Club has to make a move here if they want to cap the zone. They're going to pop off the strikes and the Zuka, just barely able to cap it. Yes, they are going to stay in this game, but Duo-Authenticated got it down to 4 and followed up with a triple. So they are still in control of the mid here.
Yeah, they're keeping Oshawott Fan Club down quite a lot this game, which is definitely what they need to be doing here, because they know that if Oshawott Fan Club gains any sense of momentum, then that was a great pick of Madness, I have to say. We're seeing Tort trying to create an opportunity for them to be able to move back in, as they did lose control of the zone there, but Athen with the Wiper coming just to paint up just enough. It does look like they are going to be looking around just to make sure that they have an opportunity for the hammer to come out, but are they going to go down? That does look like they go down, and Oshawott Fan Club with those strikes are trying to make something work for themselves, I think.
Yes, indeed. Like, it's just a scrappy fight right now. We do finally, Oshawott Fan Club able to get the 2 members down off of Duo-Authenticate Gamers, so now they're back in the defensive positions. Just like, their roles of reverse, like, they still have a bit of a penalty to go through, but it's not too much when we have a minute of the game left. Duo-Authenticate Gamers were able to break out last time, but they are going to have to do it a lot more quickly this time around, just because of how close the points are.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like Oshawott Fan Club are trying to play a little bit more cautiously here. They don't want to be taking as much scrappy fights as they were, as both teams were before. They just want to make sure that they can get this and hold without actually losing too much. But with 3 players down and Duo-Authenticated Gamers and the map and the zone going to neutral, it does look like Oshawott Fan Club do have their opportunity to get that. And now that they have gone through all their penalty points, they might be able to actually take lead off of them, even get a knockout. But they lose control, get back in control, and here comes the... Wait for it. There comes the knockout at the very end. Oh man, that was...
Man.
was on the edge of my seat there. That was like, Duo-Authenticated Gamers were showing like even more, making it even more, I believe, like even more of a threat for Oshawott, for Oshawott Fan Club this particular game. But that does look like the set is going to be going to Oshawott Fan Clubs, with scraping through those 2 games with those terrifying leads that they had to get from Duo-Authenticated Gamers, with ultimately with that 2-0 in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, that was such a tight final play right there. Just Oshawott Fan Club, they were pushed up for the majority of their defense, but then once the timer started taking down, they're close to the lead there. They backed up just enough to keep control of the zone, but able to stay out of the fire range of those specials that they knew that Duo-Authenticators were going to be throwing out, trying to retake the zone, so they just had to keep the paint and stay alive. If any of them went down there, that could have tipped the balance and just not allowed them to get the lead, but they were able to do just that, keep the zone, and just get the last couple of points they need for the knockout.
Yeah, absolutely. Those last few points definitely crucial. And I think making sure that you don't push up too far ahead was definitely something that it looked like they were keeping in mind towards the end of that game as well, because especially when you're up against that, like those Zuka shots that were cleaning up the backline as well, which made it very difficult for them to move back in for quite a lot of that game. It does look like ultimately having the patience to be able to know when to cap the zone at the end, definitely helped them out there. But anyway, Oshawott Fan Club, congrats. This was a fantastic set to watch. Duo-Authenticated Gamers, congrats on the paddling pool win. Looking forward to seeing Octopi in future tournaments as well.
Yes, indeed, and it will be Oshawott Fan Club. Moving on to our finals set. They're going to be going against the winner of InControl Red Sun versus Velocity. Once again, they are in a 1-1 situation, just battling out for that final slot. And we know that both of these teams are up to snuff. They are top notch with their teams right now. So super excited to see who's going to be winning that. Like, it wants to go either way, but they're going to have a tough competition when they do finally make it out of the round 3 and into the finals. Until then, we'll be going to a short break, so stay tuned.
Welcome
Hello.
back, everyone, to... Oh, sorry. Welcome
Go for it.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 120th Swim or Sink. We will be... I'm Lily Gravy Bread, and I'm joined by IMAD. We'll be taking you through the Grand finals. This is very exciting seeing Oshawott Fan Club play against InControl Red Sun. Imad, what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to some top level play. It looks like we're gonna have some charge on Charler violence. We got Q on the side of Oshawott Fan Club, and then Krim from InControl Red Sun. Now, of course, we have seen some variety. Q playing the 96 Deco in that earlier match. So, of course, as we're gonna be going to a best of 5, gonna have some pretty unique matches, but we're gonna be jumping right into it to see what these players are gonna bring to the table.
Yeah, here we're going Rainmaker on Undertow Spillway, personal favorite of mine. It looks like we are seeing a ballpoint on either side, and Krim's ballpoint, I remember back in the 117th where InControl Red Sun won Swim or Sink. Krim's ballpoint, especially, actually, I gotta say, the Inkjet was definitely a big threat for anyone who was up against them. Does look like Oshawott Fan Club are going to be taking the pop and starting to move up ahead with help of those Tryouts and also the tactical of that. Does look like they do manage to take a very quick lead, taking that checkpoint very, very smoothly and moving up ahead with Q on the Inkjet, keeping that wipe out.
My goodness!
That was just 100-0 knockout. I feel like it didn't even give you a chance to say anything there.
They just absolutely clean house with that match. Holy moly, we saw the 2 members go down earlier on, and then the absolute snipe that was Azuka onto Krim, so that shut down their backline. And then when the cooler got the tactical got activated, just that Rainmaker ran for it. It just like it was in the middle, and then it was on the checkpoint.
Yep. Yeah, it was like if you blinked, if you sneezed, if you looked away, if you had to take a little bathroom break. For those watching in chat, what happened there? I feel like someone could have clipped that entire game and we could see like an instant replay of that. But you know, Oshawott Fan Club being able to take that 100-0 so quickly. And as you said, being able to take out that backline as well, just to make sure that Krim was out of the game on InControl Red Sun, definitely helped them. Definitely like stopped InControl Red Sun from being able to get their players back in to make it difficult at all for their team to get into those defensive positions as Oshawott Fan Club was pushing up ahead. But yeah, man, if you looked away, you may have missed that game.
I have to say the play of the game has to be the last Inkjet right before they dunked it. We saw the Inkjet get popped. They used their ink exhaust to paint a path for the Rainmaker, and then fired a shot to paint the pedestal. Just absolute stellar teamwork to get that Rainmaker to the pedestal as quickly as possible. That's going to really set the bar high for this set. We're going to be going to Clamblitz, Malcolm Art, and InControl Red Sun is going to have to be able to respond from a match like that.
Yeah, they gotta get back in control in order to be able to work around what Oshawott Fan Club is shown that they can do in that first game. Now, when a team manages to make such a big, clean 100-0 knockout, that's something to really. I feel like that's gonna fire up your nerves just a little bit. But it does look like we are going to the game, and this is one which has this is a map mode which has a very small space between mid and the other side of and the other team's clan basket. So things can move very quickly here with these pushes. You have to make sure you set up those pushes really well, utilizing those stacks, utilizing any high ground you can get as well. It does look like we are seeing the game kind of play out here with Oshawott Fan Club already taking up so much space with the amount of ink they have, but InControl Red Sun is trying to push them out as much as they can from that plat as well. It does look like, however, they have pushed out InControl Red Sun from there as well, and we can see them already getting the clam basket open.
You know, to InControl's credit, like just the early games of Clamblitz, there's not a whole lot of clams spotting there, so that even though they were able to break the basket, they literally did not have the clams to follow up with it. So Oshawott Fan Club is going to have to regroup right here. InControl Red Sun in control of the mid and getting a nice pick off the Zinc Mini, which caught my attention earlier on. Oshawott Fan Club running backline list here with Q on that Mini, so they're going for the high mobility play here.
Yeah, the high mobility play does look like it's going to get them into some key positions very quickly, I have to say. But it does look like that whenever players start going down here, it can also be kind of tricky, kind of a bit risky to get the rest of your team back in. But Q's still providing some good jumps for the rest of Oshawott fan club as well, just to make sure that their presence is still a threat for InControl Red Sun. InControl Red Sun being still attempting to make a push happen. Unfortunately, they have lost that power clam. With 2 players down, they do manage to actually get 2 power clams in, getting a lead on Oshawott fan club as well. But I don't know if they have the clams or even the people to be able to follow up on that. Actually, I like Commentators guys. They get the score down to 45. 2 plays have gone down. That ends up collecting some more clams, at least trying to find a way to hold on to this push. But unfortunately, it does look like Oshawott fan club has already pushed up far ahead enough to stop anything else from happening.
Indeed, Red Sun had the man advantage, so they were to sneak in a couple more clams and bring it down to that 45. But then Oshawott fan club followed up with 2 flats of their own. So the control of mid has swapped to Oshawott fan club's favor here, and they are going to be making a push of their own. They take down 2 members of InControl Red Sun, so if they're able to find the clams, they could potentially bring this lead back. But it doesn't seem they do have those clams in possession, and 3 of their members with a delay wipe going down.
Oh yeah, a full wipe actually. I feel like Oshawott fan club was definitely looking around InControl Red Sun, surrounding Oshawott fan club from all of those high ground spots there, managing to just like clear them out of under the basket as well to get that wipe in their favor. But the thing about getting a wipe from clam blitz is that you have to follow it up with a really good clam economy to get anything working in your favor. It does look like InControl Red Sun does have that going for themselves, but Oshawott fan club needs to get their clams going if they want to make use of all the space they're taking up here.
We saw the brush just trying to find something. Still sharking about. They haven't quite been able to flush them out just yet. There's Oshawott fan club trying to find that space, find those splats, but they don't have those clams in their possession. As compared to Red Sun, they got 11. Well, they had 11. Now they're down to just the power clam. Ends up last one remaining. So this could be once again Oshawott fan club chance to get the basket open and get that lead back. But they are once again lacking the clams. They gotta get the clams in the basket if they want to take the lead.
Oh, they do that. We can see already those clams coming in, taking up that snipe area as well. That jump up there, which was so smooth. They do get the lead, but it's only by like 1 clam at this point. This can be anyone's game in this last minute and 15 seconds here. We can see Krim already trying to clear out that their stack over there in order to pick up some space or pick up the pace for the rest of InControl Red Sun as we go into the final minute of the game.
InControl Red Sun was able to stop the push, but right now, Oshawott fan club, they got a lot of space in mid right now, and the brush, I think they just took down 2 members of InControl Red Sun. In the last minute, that's not what you want to see. Oshawott fan club just dominating the middle right now. They did lose 2 of their frontliners, but with Q just being the living beacon right now, they're able to jump right back in, and they do have that cooler active, so they are quick with the respawn. InControl Red Sun, they gotta make a play here. It's a really close point lead right now, but they gotta be able to take space back.
Yeah, I've been watching Crim's Inkjets and how they've been able to push back Oshawott fan club from being able to take up space too quickly, and hoping that they can actually make use of the space, the opportunities from those Inkjets to actually push back in and take some of the map back for themselves. But this is proving to be quite difficult, I believe, for InControl Red Sun to make use of that. We are seeing, actually, it does look like they have a bit of an eye on what that Octobrush was doing. They do manage to take it out, and it does look like InControl Red Sun does manage to actually take the game into overtime with the power clam going in and following it up with some more clams. Oshawott fan club losing the lead at the very last moment, where InControl Red Sun proves that after all they were the ones in control of that game.
That was such a good play. I thought for just a split second that they missed the power clam, but it did make it in, and then the final member was able to burst bomb their way to the basket to get the last couple of clams that they needed. So now the score is tied at 1-1 with a pretty tight game 2.
That was a tight game too. I would say Oshawott fan club has shown in the first 2 games they can get a lot, and also in the previous set, that they can get a lot of map control very quickly and move into position in an instant, pretty much. So I'm curious to see how InControl Red Sun, with the slightly slower games that they've been having to having to really kind of a slightly slower pace of the game that they've been trying to incorporate in that particular match, what they can bring to Splatoon to Manta Maria as well. I think it may come down to trying to keep an eye out on who's really providing those jumps in from the side of Oshawott Fan Club. What do you think we might be seeing in terms of like adapting to what Oshawott Fan Club's actually been doing in these games?
Well, both of these teams tend to favor that backline comp, that sort of slow-moving comp. You know, we got Q, who can flex between the ballpoint and the charger, and then Krim doing some excellent plays with the Inkjet and ballpoint. And then we saw in that last game, Q swapping to that Zinc. They were doing their best to support their Slayers with some paint. We saw the Brush in particular. The Brush was doing their excellent job of just staying out of sight. They were sharking so well for the majority of the match. Like, they would lose sight of them. The ballpoint Krim would lose sight of the ink brush and then just get splatted from the side or from behind. So I think if they want to be able to combat their offensive force, they got to keep an eye on where those frontliners are sharking, where they're trying to be coming from. I think that can give them the advantage in this next match.
Absolutely, and there are some great spots to shark here and to keep out of sight, either from those little corners, from those ledges as well, and also like considering how Oshawott Fan Club can paint up the map so well, that provides all of those hiding spots as well for Kite on the Octobrush. However, we are seeing a fairly meta looking comp from the side of InControl. Red Sun, Viper Deco, hopefully we'll be able to clear out some of those positions that Oshawott Fan Club might want to get into when we do see those missiles coming out like we do at the moment, taking back that zone just for the brief moment to neutralize it, but it does look like Oshawott Fan Club is going to be taking the zone back for themselves as two players have gone down on the side of InControl Red Sun.
I have to say rest in peace Beacon Ballpoint, but who needs beacons when you have a Wiper teammate? Like, I feel like that is an excellent pairing right there, having the beacons and the missiles being able to push back in with that combo. But right now Oshawott Fan Club going to be going 3 members down, well, without the need of any specials, so InControl Resident can get so much control off of this push, and taking control of the street is one of the key positions to have on Manta.
Yeah, we saw them moving around just to make sure they have those drinks online for themselves so they can start making that push even stronger here. They could potentially get lead here, but I have to say they really need to be looking out for where Oshawott Fan Club is coming from, especially when it comes down to controlling their street as well, controlling their bunker. But it does look like we're seeing Q set up on that perch there, being pushed out by those missiles, which is fantastic to see, but they might be able to try and get back in. Does look like they are losing a bit of control here, but if they can actually get back with those Tryouts and that Zuka, we might be able to see them neutralize and take back the zone for themselves, but they have to be able to paint up. We saw, oh, that was a great pick, I gotta say, but that is going to be returned by that Inkjet as well. Krim up in the sky, making it very difficult for Maddis to be able to do anything here.
InControl Resident is just barely able to take control of zone, but they are going to be added a penalty with that quick tap by Oshawott Fan Club. They're starting to make some moves into it. They're able to take down 2 members of InControl Red Sun, and a jump is going to be taken down. So that's effectively 2 members down, and so the Oshawott Fan Club is going to turn the tables, take control of the lower area of mid. So now InControl Red Sun has to make a move to take that zone back.
Yeah, Oshawott Fan Club has had that cap, but just look like InControl Red Sun are slowly pushing their way up ahead, just trying to make sure that they can get the picks. A great one there on the end zap as well. This is going to give them an opportunity to start moving up even further ahead.
I think that was such a huge play right there. They were able to get back on once again without the need of specials. It can be rather difficult, especially when you have a Slayer like a Brush just sitting underneath that ledge like that. But they were able to break back in, but lost it almost immediately. The Zuka getting some nice splats off of the other team right there. So it just, once again, there's a Brush sharking underneath there, and a Beam is going to be punished by the Charger, just not able to make some moves. But they have to be able to get their specials online and regroup. They're slowly going to be losing this lead.
Yeah, we can see Q already set up on InControl bunker right there and moving up ahead just to make sure that Krim can't make any good spot for themselves to be able to make use of that ballpoint. But with the crab coming out and with the Inkjet as well, it does look like they are going to be trying to make an opening for themselves just to try and get a lead back on Oshawott Fan Club, who has already pushed down to the 15-14. It does look like with those Tryouts as well, there's going to be a very very scrappy push towards the end, but InControl, if they can actually make use of the 3 down, the soft wipe on Oshawott Fan Club, they might be able to make something happen here as we move towards the final minute of gameplay.
Now, an actually huge play right there. Their comp right now, they have the splash with that crap in the ballpoint. They're able to alternate between those two on the mass there, just keep so much long distance pressure. Like if they're able to keep Q on the charger distracted, they could just pin down the rest of Oshawott Fan Club. But if there are, that's going to be 2 members down, so that's going to be that charger and the Zuka out. So that's going to just allow them to have so much free space right here because they can potentially outrange all of the other members. So they are effectively staggered right here, and with 20 points, no penalty, and 40 seconds, like they could absolutely take this knockout if they just keep their guard up, keep their defense right here. They're going to be just absolutely blitzing for that zone, but the strikes coming in, almost able to get the cap, but they lose half their team. It's just a charger. They are not going to be able to outpaint them, and that's going to be lead and the knockout for InControl Red Sun.
Oh, wow, that was an impressive knockout. Having those missiles again come out, we were talking about the choice of Wiper Deco here, and being able to push out Oshawott Fan Club from any defensive positions was definitely the right move, especially as we saw towards the end of that game as well. But, you know, I want to shout out Crim's Inkjet. I always love watching Crim from InControl Red Sun on the Inkjet, but being able to take that close range pick on Q, like towards the end of that game to get that final push going as well, definitely like made Oshawott Fan Club have to like force themselves or move themselves back just a little bit in case they were going to start feeding to what InControl Red Sun were really doing there. And I gotta say, InControl Red Sun definitely in control of that game. I feel like we are seeing them being able to make themselves a bigger and bigger threat to Oshawott Fan Club as we go through this set, but it is a score of 2-1 in InControl Red Sun's favor. So even though they have more wins in this set so far, Oshawott Fan Club has an opportunity to reverse sweep in these last 2 games.
That's right. It is going to be match point for InControl Red Sun, but with what we've seen from these matches so far, it's not over yet. Like, Oshawott Fan Club will have to take this match if they want to stay in the set, but Tower Control, Undertow, this one's going to be a tough one. As I say, both of these teams, their playstyle for zones mantos, like if they had their charger on the mask in the middle right there, they basically, the other team had to be able to use their specials or just their other backline to push them off that before they really do anything. But it's like whoever could stay in mid on top of that mask the longest was what decided the match. But with Undertow, it's a bit different. You got a lot of low areas in the middle right there. There's not really any good positioning on the attacking team to get the high ground or have any sort of good posture for a backline.
Yeah, it is going to be tricky, especially when, in terms of the tower, the route that the tower takes here, that snipe area can be a little bit tricky to actually pressure any of those longer pushes as well, where you have to be rotating around to the right side if you're defending around where those grates are as well, where it can be tricky, especially when you have AoE weapons that can really pressure those and really punish those positions actually. Speaking of AoE, we do have Madness coming out on the bucket here on the vanilla slusher, which I reckon is going to be a pretty good choice for tracks.
Oh, indeed. We see Q swap into the ball point, so they are going to be using the bucket to keep those tri-strikes, which is incredibly powerful for tower control. But I love the fact that both Crim and Q, like, they keep swapping their weapons, but we never see a charger v charger or ballpoint v ballpoint, except for that first match. They're always alternating against each other. Right now, it's just a bit of a scrap in mid. No member, well, I say that as 2 members of Oshawott Fan Club go down with a nice snipe from Crim to take out Inkjet.
Oh yeah, and we can see already InControl Red Sun in control of the map at the moment. Crim being pushed off by those tri-strikes, but you know they're still staying strong here. They're still keeping a very strong presence, making themselves an absolute threat against Oshawott Fan Club should they move into that laser. They're looking around for a peek and not quite actually getting anything, but at least that constant pressure is going to slow down Oshawott Fan Club from being able to push up ahead and take the tower for themselves.
Looks like they are able to pressure Crim off that middle right there. Just get some nice control of mid, but it's split pretty even right now. Neither team has been able to really get a solid foothold to make a push just yet, but with the Inkjet getting popped and the crab in response to it, this could potentially change if someone is going down, but right now, all members are just able to survive the onslaught of Splat. Oh, I say that just as I gotta stop doing that. The Wiper goes down to this Zipcaster.
Yeah, well, it's a 3v3 at the moment, so the game has been fairly neutral for the first like nearly 2 minutes of the match, with barely like the first checkpoint on either side being taken. We're seeing Madness getting a pick already, looking around for another one, getting a great pick on Crim. This does look like they have the opportunity to keep up this momentum and actually get a big push going.
Buckets are one of those few weapons that really they just take the low ground so well compared to a lot of other weapons. Like, they don't do as well on the open side, but once they get onto your ledge, ooh, I would be afraid to drop. But Oshawott Fan Club getting the second checkpoint in a solid lead, the first time in this match. InControl Redstone trying to defend with that crab right there, just trying to keep them from really pushing it too much farther, but they just have such a solid lock of that corner that they're not letting the tower move too far away. And with the strikes coming out, they're going to be able to push even farther up.
Yeah, absolutely. This is it's been a little bit difficult for InControl Redstone to be able to push out of this with 2-3 players having gone down here, but Oshawott Fan Club getting all this control around this next checkpoint and all of that paint as well that InControl Redstone still has to move around. It does look like they are going to be moving the tower all the way to the final checkpoint, getting that knockout win at the very end. Wow.
This is another map mode where if you get that momentum going, it is so hard to stop it. Like, we saw the special usage from Oshawott Fan Club here, and then just being able to stay alive long enough to keep the tower from resetting to mid was huge. It just kept that push alive for so long. It just InControl Redstone just slowly kind of lost their hold on their defense. Like, once the strikes came out, that just completely obliterated their defenses.
Those strikes, especially. I was watching what Madness was doing when he was pushing up, especially with after getting Oshawott Fan Club to that first checkpoint, being able to push up, looking for those picks, just so that they know that once they have the tower moving to the next checkpoints, they have those Try Strikes, holding onto those Try Strikes online just for long enough that they can just prevent InControl Redstone from being able to take any position to be able to defend. It just make it that much more difficult for them as the tower was continually moving through those checkpoints towards to the end.
Absolutely. Now, of course, we're on our game 5, 2-on-2 game match point for both these teams, but it is Rainmaker, and you remember what happened last time we saw these teams fight on Rainmaker.
Oh man, the Rainmaker is this is gonna. I was watching stream earlier, and I noticed that there was some very interesting matches happening here in, I believe, the very start of this tournament, even with some interesting movement to be able to either reset or take very quick leads here on Humpback Pump Track. So I'm curious to see what actually happens here, as it can, like, you know what, I just feel like anything can happen here in Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track. If you find an opportunity to take a very quick lead when no one's looking, you can take those really quick, sneaky leads by moving the Rainmaker back and just like going all the way around the other side of the map as well. So if there's an opportunity to do that, I wouldn't be surprised if any team manages to make one of those very silly, sneaky, funny plays here. But I'm still excited anyway. I want to see something like that happen because it's always entertaining. But you know, anything can happen here. So
absolutely,
and it is
the one thing that InControl Wrestling cannot let happen is let Oshawott Fan Club run away with the Rainmaker, as we saw in the first match of this set. They're gonna have to like just really watch themselves in this first opening match. If they're able to survive this first onslaught, then they can definitely have a chance at getting this match back.
Yeah, and Oshawott already pushed up quite far ahead, but they're going to be pushed back by, we can see half set up on that the pedestal there with the crab tank to try and stop them from being able to move it anywhere near the pedestal. No one has taken the Rainmaker just yet. Two players have gone down on either side, but with that Inkjet online, they're going to be holding that so the Oshawott fan club can potentially make some kind of a play here. We're seeing actually the Inkjet coming out, InControl Red Sun, Krim getting a pick, looking around for another one on Q as well. Q jumping out, so it does look like InControl Red Sun might be able to get in control of this first checkpoint at some point soon.
They're just gonna have to watch out for the Inkjet. The ballpoint getting has their pop their special right now. Q just trying to find that splat, but they're unfortunately InControl Red Sun is able to get the checkpoint. So they are going to get it to that 60 right there, but that's going to be the most they're going to get from that push, as Oshawott Fan Club is going to be pushing out, but loses their bucket in the process, which might allow InControl Red Sun to stay in control of mid for the time being, and the brush to follow up is definitely going to solidify the control.
Yeah, I have to say, I think it's interesting that InControl Red Sun had the idea to bring out the vanilla 96 Scal, which has the Ink Vac, which even though it's not the most powerful special, it's definitely something that if their team can play off of that, you can get some really good picks and can get a lot of momentum off the back of that if you can coordinate the Ink Vac well enough. It does look like we are seeing players just drop like flies here in the middle of this map, but InControl Red Sun having to move around and actually try and find their footing against Oshawott Fan Club's Tryouts here. Does look like Oshawott Fan Club are going to be picking up the Rainmaker, seeing if they can get some points for the first time in this game.
I'll say that was a MVP play by Pony right there. Oshawott Fan Club went 3 members down in that push there, but it ends up staying alive to take down the Rainmaker carrier and get another pick as well before getting taken down. They were able to get this lead right here with a return push before InControl Red Sun could run away with it. But now they have the opportunity to run it with themselves, but the VAC says otherwise.
Yeah, the VAC did say otherwise, and you know, I think that is this is just proving to me that InControl Red Sun was definitely cooking something, choosing the 96 Scal, the vanilla 96 Scal with that Ink Vac as well. There's a fight going around this elbow as well as they try and push out Oshawott Fan Club from being able to take that Rainmaker back, and that does mean the Rainmaker is going to be reset here. Oshawott Fan Club has been trying to take control of mid, but InControl Red Sun is just continually pushing them back and getting players down, winning those fights to be able to find an opportunity for themselves to actually start pushing up once again. We're seeing Krim with the Inkjet. I love Krim's Inkjet, getting that pick on kite, making sure that there's no one who can shark around to stop those pushes from happening, but they don't manage to get anything done off the back of that as 3 players have gone down, giving Oshawott Fan Club a clear path to mid.
An absolutely fantastic splat by Krim right there, opening up the way for the Rainmaker to get down to 19, which is not unbeatable, but is a nice place to be sitting at for the time being, especially against a team like Oshawott Fan Club. But Oshawott Fan Club, they're knocking on Red Sun's door. They are slowly getting close to that lead. Like, they are going to have to stay alive to keep them from getting it. It is a 1-point difference. They cannot let Oshawott Fan Club pick up here, and they picked it up, but they didn't get the lead.
And lost it. Wait. Did they pick up and they get the lead?
They didn't. They're 1 point off, and they're going to be dropping it. InControl Red Sun still in the lead by 1 point as we get into this last minute.
Oh my god, and they managed to move the Rainmaker all the way down to that kind of like tricky corner as we go into this final minute of the game. This 1-point lead is what InControl Red Sun is holding on to by the skin of their teeth at the moment. We're seeing kind of here trying to look for picks in mid. 1 player has gone down on the side of Oshawott Fan Club. 2 players have gone down. 3 players are down on Oshawott Fan Club, and they are holding onto the Rainmaker as well. This is going to be a difficult moment for them to be able to actually pick back as we go into the final 30 seconds.
Oh, this is huge. It's absolutely huge for Red Sun right now. Like, right now, Oshawott Fan Club, they have control of the area around the Rainmaker, but because it's in that corner and they went down, it's like they're going to have to make a absolute stellar play right here. They have the 2 specials online, the Inkjet and the Zipcaster, but 10 seconds remaining, and soon that crab is going to be online and potentially an Inkjet of their own as well. So they have to be able to make a play, but it's going to be incredibly difficult. They're playing it safe right now. The VAC is going out, just keeping that Inkjet from making too much damage. And so as soon as they poke their head about, that VAC is trying to take it off, but just the paint right now. The Inkjet's going to be chasing it down. overtime is halfway done right now, but they're managing to stay alive, and the jet does go down. It is so tight right now. Like, they could absolutely take this back, but InControl Red Sun is doing an excellent job of just staying in control, and they shut down
Wow.
Rainmaker down. Our victors of SOS 120 Red Sun by 1 thinking point.
1 point win on Oshawott Fan Club. And you know what? I want to say that ink vac, I want to point out that the vanilla 96 Scout, it's making me feel like ink vac, maybe, you know what? maybe the ballpoint nouveau players in the next season are going to be looking at this and thinking, oh, you know what? Maybe we can make ink vac work, make vac mines work or something like that. But, you know, having the ink vac to start off that defense and really push back Pony from being able to take a safe route, a safe path from that for that Rainmaker to get any lead, that 1 point lead that they needed to get, followed up by Crim's Inkjet as well, just to push them back even further. Amazing special coordination, interesting choice of weapon as well. I love to see it. But you know what? This was a very, very tight match, especially then, which was wildly different from what we saw in the first Rainmaker game this set.
Oh my goodness, for sure. Like, they even, Oshawott Fan Club had their maker, picked it up, and I'm pretty sure they brought it down to 19, but because they didn't get the lead first, it knocked them back to 20. So they were so close to taking that back, but just, once again, control was InControl Red Suns. So they just locked that down hard. Wow, it just amazing plays by these teams. Just really brought it down to the wire.
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats to both teams, and congrats to everyone else who have been playing in this week's SOS too.
Yes, indeed. I can't quite see who got third place between Duo-Authenticated and Velocity Tryouts, but both these teams also fought hard in the semifinals here. Let me see if I can bring that up. It looks like Velocity managed to take that third place spot 3-0 against Duo-Authenticated Gamers. So Octopi, they winning the paddling pool earlier today, but not quite able to bring it about for Swimmer Sing, but still the attempt was made. Kudos for bringing out the double here, but once again, congratulations to InControl Red Sun for the victory overall. Like, it was a tough opponent today.
They definitely tough opponents, but you know, I'm looking forward to seeing where InControl Red Sun will be taking their team in future tournaments as well. Anyway, I believe, are we going to be plugging ourselves?
I believe we are, and I think it's time to plug ourselves and wrap it up. So where can the good people find you?
Oh, well, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Lily Gravy Bread. That's Lili Gravy Bread, all one word. And I'm at, where can the great people find you?
Well, you can find me in all the usual places, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, and iBadGamerII, as well as here on IPL for SOS action. And soon enough, 2 weeks, Riptide is coming up. You can also see me there. Super hyped for that, and looking forward to seeing y'all who are going as well. But for now, we want to thank y'all for hanging out. So thank y'all for watching. This is going to be the end of SOS 120 this week. So all of you have a good night. We'll see you all later.